Welcome back to I Did This Instead of Killing Myself, a stand-up comedy and lifestyle podcast I host here in Greenville, South Carolina, out of my apartment. My name is David Bakker. It is the week of February 14th, 2022. Happy Valentine's Day. I am very excited to be doing this episode. I actually just got back from El Salvador. Sounds crazy, right? I didn't tell any of my family or a lot of friends that I was going. It was a spur of the moment trip. I was there a week and it was incredible. And it's the Sunday night that I'm recording this, so this will go up in the morning. So this is actually the closest I've come to when the episode goes on to editing one. So you guys better appreciate that. I could easily have gone to bed. So like all 6 of y'all who are listening to this, yeah, appreciate it. You know, Joe Rogan's slipping. We're going to be the ones, this podcast is going to be the ones to pick up the slack when Joe Rogan gets canceled or just caves officially to corporate pressure. This is the last bastion of freedom on the internet. So thank you for listening. No. Anyway, this week we have a fantastic guest. My guest today is Dan Danner. Dan Danner is a comic I met in Colombia. And before I get into Dan's introduction any further, I want to play for you a very special song that Dan wrote just for Valentine's Day. He posted this on his Instagram, and I'm going to go ahead and play it for you. So this is Dan Danner. If you have a loved one or a girl at home, feel free to play this song for her.
You smell like farts in my heart. I like the way you smell like farts in my heart. Your breath smells like you've been eating ass. Gorilla ass. Your face looks like you've been digging in the doo-doo. That's what you do. Dookie girl. That's so stupid. I love it. Dookie girl. There you go, everybody.
All right, that was Dan Danner. Dookie girl. Dan's hilarious. I love the guy. I love the guy. Dan is a comic out of, like I said, he lives in Columbia, South Carolina. Now, he is a Dutch American. I'm Dutch too. Dutch brothers. And he tells jokes, sings songs, sometimes plays the guitar, as you heard. He grew up as a military brat, which means he moved around a lot as a kid, from Germany to the United States. After high school, he continued to move around. He's lived in Miami, Florida, Savannah, Georgia, Los Angeles, and also as an adult, he lived in Amsterdam in the Netherlands. His comedy is absurdist comedy. He doesn't really do observational comedy. Not really his style. He just loved to be absurd and wildly original. I think I really enjoy his stuff. Also, he used to be a paid regular at the Comedy Store, which is really exciting for people who are comics. Know about the Comedy Store. That's kind of like a lot of big name comics. Like Joe Rogan started out at the Comedy Store. So many others. Why am I only thinking of Joe Rogan? I don't know. Jim Carrey. Just so many huge names Started there, and Dan actually got passed by Mitzi Shore herself at the Comedy Store, and we get into that story in the interview. We talk about a lot of stuff, NFTs, his Dutch ancestry, and just comedy. So really enjoyed the interview. Dan's awesome. Check him out. Follow him. Before we get into our interview, though, here's what's going on this week in local comedy, Valentine's Day week. So tonight we have a show at the Comedy Zone. The Valentine's Day show, I will be on this show. Brandon Rainwater is hosting. Queen Momo, Shelley Belly, as seen on Netflix's The Circle, as well as Scooter Fowler. We're going to bring it tonight for Valentine's Day. Also tonight, there's a special Valentine's Day collaboration between Alchemy Improv and No Expectations Comedy. This is at 7 o'clock, so if you're a really diehard comedy fan, you can go to both. At 7 o'clock, Coffee Underground. Craig Holcomb is putting this on. We just got an announcement, kind of last minute. But the show's on at 7 o'clock, so it looks like they're going to be improv, as well as stand-up crossover, and then there's an open mic to follow. That's at Coffee Underground. On Tuesday, Goodwood presents the Paint Me Naked show at the Intuit Art Gallery. I'm going to be hosting that one. Comedians performing. We'll have Bill Reiner, Jacob Noland, Ken Wood, Jalen Orr, Chris Wilson, and a special guest appearance by Dougie Almeida. So check that out. That'll be fun. Busy week. Wednesday, we have the radio room with Adam Schulte at 8 p.m. That's our open mic. No charge there. Get with Adam to sign up. Thursday, we have our Comedy Zone open mic, Jokes Out Loud, hosted by Brandon Rainwater. 8 o'clock start there, $10 cover. And then Friday, I'll be performing at the Sandbar in Irmo. This is a show produced and hosted by Donovan Stroud. You can watch Dan Danner, today's guest, perform on Friday. Andrew Havoc, Julia Ray, Sauce Got Jokes, and comedian Pudgy. Also, this weekend at the Greenville Comedy Zone, Jesus Trejo, I think that's how you pronounce it, Spanish, is going to be performing. He's an up-and-coming comedian out of California, Long Beach. He's featured on the Netflix series Mr. Iglesias, and he just recorded his latest hour stand-up special, Stay at Home, Son. 2 shows on Friday at 7 and 9, 2 shows on Saturday at 6 and 9, and 1 show on Sunday at 7. Tickets available at greenvillecomedyzone.com. All right, that's it for local comedy. I hope you all have a very happy Valentine's Day, and I hope you enjoy my interview with Dan. Here it is. Dan, you have to hold the mic to.
Yeah, I know. I was doing the clap so you could sync it up for you. That's an editor's technique.
Yeah, Michael does the clap.
Yeah, because it's an editing technique so that you can sync it up.
Yeah.
You don't do that, do you?
I don't need the clap.
Yeah, you need the clap and some penicillin.
Do you think I have the clap?
Oh, I know you have the clap.
Do you really?
Yeah, I can smell it on you.
Really?
Yeah.
I think the mileage on you.
Wow, that is insulting.
I didn't mean to get it straight into the age thing.
Oh no, that's
we didn't
perfectly
have to.
fine. No, that's go ahead. Go right ahead. Feel free. Take all the shots you'd like there, young man.
No
Mr.
shots.
$1 million salesman. Yaka-chow. That's what you get. That's what you get.
Well, this is public record now. Dan's referring to the Facebook post I shared.
Oh yes, he shared. On his own, he decided to share that.
I put it as the last photo of the sales year I had, and it's on there.
Oh, yeah.
So I shouldn't.
Mr. Show Off. Look at you.
Did you ever post anything about your work?
My work?
Yeah, dude.
Hell
Dan
no.
Danner, the exterminator.
Hell no.
Like,
why would I do
you
that?
exterminated this many millions of bugs? I mean, how many million bugs do you think you've killed in a year?
Oh, dude, yearly? Oof, tens of millions.
So you think you're like the Hitler of exterminators?
Absolutely.
Speaking of, we're at Dan Danner's apartment. This feels like I'm very excited to be here. I'm learning all of this stuff. We have the Nazi flag over his shoulder.
Yeah, it's totally Nazi. Totally.
It's not. It's the Federal
Republic of Germany.
Yeah, and Dutch flag.
That's the Dutch flag. That's from the Netherlands. That's Bavaria or Bayern in the German language, and that's the flag of Amsterdam. I'm not sure you can see that one, but yeah.
So we talked about this before we started, but you this is all your ancestry.
Yeah,
the mix
yes.
of it.
Yes. By the way, since you're in Dan Danner's apartment, notice we're sitting in camping chairs because I don't have couches or nothing. I literally have a recliner in front of the TV, computer, and the PlayStation because that's bachelor life, baby. Women hate this. Women hate this shit.
If you can't tell, Danner's the ultimate showman. I freaking love it. And, dude, I love this setup. I do.
No, dude, like, seriously, women hate this kind of shit. Somebody posted.
Do they really?
Oh, yeah. They hate this. Like, I can't believe guys can live like this. It's just like a chair and like a computer or whatever and a TV. It's like, yeah, because we're guys. We can be happy.
I think they might dig it because you're your own guy.
Well, it depends. It depends on their age, I think, mostly. If they're younger, they think, why don't you have stuff? Like, bitch, I have everything I need. What do I need more stuff for?
But if they're more mature, they understand.
Yeah, if they get it. If they're more adult.
You know who you are.
Exactly.
To me, a bigger red flag to a girl would be like if you had stuff that was like desperately approval seeking in nature. It's how I used to decorate my apartments.
Oh wow!
My apartment now is I've kind of evolved it a little bit like you have. Like I made my living room a podcast studio.
Oh yeah.
I'm not musical like you. We'll talk about that soon. But
sure.
But yeah, like I put up a painting of Dumb and Dumber behind my podcast chair.
Nice.
Because I liked the painting. I didn't care.
For the movie, the original Dumb and Dumber or the sequel?
Yeah, the original.
Okay,
So
okay. That was pretty good though.
There's some pretty basic Dumb and Dumber posters out there, but this one was the one I hadn't seen before. It was like it's this company online that does canvas prints.
Okay.
And it's that scene where they're dressed up in full-on ski gear.
Okay.
And they're like, he's handing out money
to
the guy. Like, here you go, there you go. So that's what I got. But yeah, dude,
nice.
Decorating something like like you're your own man.
Yeah,
I respect
just keep it simple. Actually, this is very blank. The only other decorations I have on the walls are just this oil painting from a Dutch artist when I was a kid.
Yeah, could you tell me about that? I could maybe take a picture of it and include it. But he has a really cool painting of a windmill.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's in the dark scene at the night. There was when I was a kid, we were in where were we? Osterholz-Scharmbeck, Germany. It is northeast Germany. It's about like a 4 to 5 hour train ride from Amsterdam.
Okay.
Basically, when we lived in there, my dad was in the army, and we were living there. And my parents used to be really cool. Like
How old were you?
5 to 7 is when we were there.
And he was in the U.S. Army.
Yeah, he was in the U.S. Army. So when we were there, they used to have parties and get-togethers and stuff like that at our place. And like there's one time, like twice, maybe 3 times, like funny story. This is how I was introduced to Mentos, the fresh maker.
Yeah.
It's a Dutch treat. It's a Dutch candy at first. And this painter, he did oil paintings. We would do like gallery showings in our house. And this guy, and I was like, oh, hey, yeah, look at the paintings. And that's fucking oil. That's not acrylic. That's old school. That is fucking oil paintings. And we had several of them. And I made sure that I always, got to keep one of them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, got that one. So yeah, it's a real Dutch painting that I had from a Dutch artist when I was a kid who introduced me to Mentos.
Yeah. Is it worth anything?
I have no idea. Probably, but I have no idea. It's worth something sentimental value to me.
It's like the original NFT, dude.
Fuck NFTs.
You don't like NFTs?
That is the dumbest fucking
dude. Are you
stupid shit?
Are you into any of this stuff, crypto or NFTs?
Fuck no. Like I know that crypto. Some people, like my boss at work, the business owner, like some people are actually making money on it. Okay, but these guys went to business school and whatnot and stuff like this. But I understand also, it's non-existent. It's nothing. It's complete bullshit created by people, and then that convinced other people to give it value. Like money itself is worthless. Just people just assigned a value to it, therefore it has value. Like it's complete bullshit. So no, that is the NFTs are the. Oh my god! Like, did you buy NFTs?
I don't have an NFT.
Okay, good.
I don't have any.
Okay,
but
good.
I have friends that are into it. And I do have some cryptocurrency just as a hedge.
Yeah.
But at the time of this recording, Bitcoin is sucking a D, dude. Bitcoin is.
Oh yeah.
So your stance is looking pretty darn good right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, there's some people that I know that are actually doing quite well with cryptocurrencies and whatnot. But nonetheless, it's fake bullshit that people assign a value to. It's complete nonsense. It's complete nonsense. Like it's just like the stock market. It's another way to gamble your money away. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. For me, I'm like, you know what? I don't know enough about it to just
Yeah.
I look at it like that one time I went to Vegas and I gambled once when I was in Vegas. I was at the bar and they literally had video poker embedded at the top of the fucking bar. So I put $5 in. I got the second highest win. The highest win is 1,000. The second highest is 100. I got $100. I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
Walked away.
So you're the type of gambler that can do it recreationally for fun and walk away.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not a degenerate.
No. Because it's like, it's just.
Yeah.
I know guys are addicted to gambling. I'm like, that's one of the dumbest. Why don't you just set your money on fire? What the fuck was the point?
Right. I think there is something going on in people's brains that have a proclivity to doing that. Because
Yeah.
I don't have that.
No,
gene,
I don't have it.
thank
It's
God.
something that's like, oh, you get that buzz from it or whatever.
Well, I just know how hard it is to like make the money the first time. So I'm like, dude, why would I
Yeah,
risk? Why would I risk
some
what I
people-
couldn't lose?
I'm not the type for that enjoys get rich quick schemes. That's not me. You know,
Oh, that's good. Yeah, you've been around the block, you know.
been around the block. Yes, I have.
No, I'm just kidding.
I met your mom there.
Right. Oh. Ayo. Well, dude, the funny thing about money, though, I studied economics in college, so I nerd out on some of this
went
stuff.
to college, man.
Your
College man.
Your mom went to college?
College can.
Yeah.
College man.
It's been a while, and I don't brush up on this, so
I can tell it's been a while.
I'm gonna sound like an idiot talking about this. But the thing they teach you in the Austrian School of Economics is that value is subjective, and that's true. So, like, a lot of things are bullshit. Like, money has value because people believe in it. Like, the mutual faith of everybody in society that a dollar gets what a dollar is worth. They'll accept it everywhere. That's faith is well understood. That's why inflating the dollar is a bad idea, because then everything goes up and people lose faith in it.
This is basically exactly what I was talking about, and I didn't have to go to college to learn that shit.
You
like
didn't.
NFTs.
You
no,
didn't.
It's just
You could have learned this on YouTube.
I've been around the block with the new kids. Yeah, of course we're not new and we're not kids anymore, but whatever.
Right. Well, my problem with crypto, though, is like it doesn't have any underlying value. Like the way money first came about was people started trading other stuff. Like you could trade eggs.
Barter
you
and trade, yeah.
You could eat an egg, right? But it's not, yeah.
It's egg will give you sustenance to survive. And I could trade this couple eggs for somebody who has clean water.
Right.
They give me some water. I need that to live. I can give them some eggs. They need that to live. So
but if you were like a barber, it's not easy to trade haircut for eggs always. So you need to like collect things that are more saleable. Like maybe eggs are more saleable than haircuts, so I'll collect eggs, or maybe. And then that just got whittled down until precious metals was a real reliable common denominator store of value. And it's hard to make more of it. People trusted it. But, then you get into paper money, and then we print it into oblivion. But crypto,
welcome to
dude.
the History Education Channel with David Baker and
I'm
Dan
boring,
Tanner.
Dan, dude. I'm boring. You're like, why'd you ask me to do this stupid thing? I'm sorry.
Like this motherfucker keeps going, well, let me tell you about the history of economics and how it works.
I'm going to bring it back to NFTs.
I don't care.
No, and I'm going to tell you. No.
Go ahead.
So, like Beanie Babies and Pokemon cards got value,
Jesus.
right? Because people like to collect them.
Yeah, 'cause
but there's still
decided
something
it had value.
tangible. Cryptocurrency, there's nothing behind it, All it is that you can't make more of it. So it's like crypto bros have to sell you on it. That's why the social media stuff around crypto is all hype stuff.
Oh, yeah, it's all hype bullshit. The pump and dump.
Yeah.
Pump it up and then get your fans to buy a bunch, then you dump it.
Right. Whereas NFTs, I could actually hang a picture and like the picture and not be expecting it to... You still
It
hate
is
them.
the dumbest.
That's why I like
fucking
NFTs better.
thing.
Does that make sense?
I like an NFT because look,
it could be art.
I have the digital rights to this art. Check it out. Check it out. Capture screen. Screen capture.
Screenshot.
Fucking say the screenshot. There you go.
Yeah, I
Check it out.
screenshotted it
Now
and went-
I've got a copy of it too. But I own the digital rights. Nobody fucking cares. This is, oh God, the modern day.
It could be a GIF though. It could be a movie. It could be a moving thing.
Well, guess what? I could fucking right click save GIF as.
Yeah. I'm going to Kinko's. I'm making a blow up of this NFT.
I'm gonna fucking print out every.
Beat the system.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking. Well, guess what? Since I fucking did a screenshot, I could also go down to Kinko's and print out another fucking large one.
Yeah,
it's
these
complete.
These iPhone cameras are pretty good too.
That's
so.
That's just one of the dumbest thing I've ever seen. It's just NFTs. I can't believe people. Yeah, it's just people deciding this has value.
Do you think it's because technology is advancing and we're just bored with what to do next? Like, there's got to be something else to do. Like,
no, I think it's just it's just a con man's game. Somebody came up with this bullshit. It's a good con, but you got to remember, there's most people really are fucking stupid. I try not to think of it that way. I really try not to lose hope in humanity. But then every day I have to go outside and deal with people, and every day I realize, God damn it, people are fucking stupid.
Like your customers?
No, not just. Oh, dude, all the time. I'll come across that shit all the goddamn time. For example, last summer, I went out to this guy's house to do a mosquito spray in his backyard, right? I say, hello, I'm here to do your mosquito spray, whatnot. And he's like, oh, okay. And I was like, great. Hey, are there any, dogs, any children, any animals in the backyard? And he goes, oh, there's like a little puppy. No, I mean, he did just like this. Oh, there's a puppy. Then he stopped, and he stared at me, and I was like, okay.
Is insecticide bad for puppies?
I was like, can you bring the dog inside then, please? He goes, oh, are you gonna spray?
You called me, bro.
That's the exact look I had in my face. I was like, what? I thought about saying, no, I'm going to bake a cake, motherfucker. Yes, I'm going to spray. What the fuck did I just say to you? I'm here to spray for mosquitoes. What the fuck? But yeah, like I say, I always check. Like, I try to educate people. Like, yeah, I mean, the chemical's not going to hurt you once it's dried off and whatnot. You don't want to be around it when it's, I'm spraying it out. I mean, I'm around it, but I got to take a shower at the end of the day. But still, it's like, common sense, common fucking sense. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Just common sense. Like an NFT. This is good shit. Why? Because I heard about it from who? That guy. What guy? That guy down the street. I saw him on the internet.
Gary Vaynerchuk.
Fucking, yeah.
Gary B, bro.
Yeah, fucking, he told me it's good shit. And I saw it and fucking, so I decided to get in on it. That makes zero sense. Just stupid shit.
Are insecticides bad for the environment?
Well, insecticides or pesticides, they are continuously... Pesticides are continually changing. Back in the days, it used to be the shit that you put into the soil is going to last for 50 to 100 years, and everybody's getting fucking lumps. And,
what was that called? DET?
No, the DDT.
DDT.
DDT. The wrestling move was named after it.
DDT. That was what the wrestling move was named after?
Yeah, DDT.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
DDT.
DDT. That stuff will kill you.
That meant it's going to kill you, like, metaphorically. Like the poison.
Like the poison, yes.
There was a book I read in high school called The Silent Spring. It was all about DDT and like how it's killing all of the nature.
Wow.
Yeah, they don't do DDT anymore though.
No, man. It was giving people cancer like crazy. Mm-hmm. It's like Agent Orange or some shit.
Yeah. But nowadays it's pretty safe.
You just gotta, that's why a lot of times you have to be licensed to use the stuff. You have to know what the hell you're doing. You can't just have some idiot some dipshit who fucking buys NFTs out there fucking spraying chemical. You know what I'm saying? It'll be all right. Let me see. Oh, look, fucking spray your fucking pond with fish in it and shit. Like,
right.
Yeah,
right.
No, you just got to know what you're doing, where to put it, how much to put it, and whatnot.
It's like you got to dilute it the right way, right?
Exactly.
You're like a chemist.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
You're just like you're doing mixing chemicals and shit. Yeah.
That's cool, man. How long you been doing that?
I did it for a few years in the mid 2000s when I walked away from stand-up comedy, and then just kind of started over. And then I got into video editing, which I went to school for, and then built a completely new career in video editing. And then when I came back from the Netherlands, got into it. So I've been doing total maybe about 5 years experience.
5 years of this.
Yeah.
You happy with this as a day job for indefinite future?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because the goal is to once again be full-time comedian and whatnot. But for pest control, dude, like basically I drive around my work truck most of the day from appointment to appointment, house to house to go, basically spray for bugs, right? But in the meantime, when I'm driving from place to place and my appointments are spread out, dude, I have so much rehearsal time, writing time.
Right.
My writing technique, I don't know how other comedians do it, but what I do is I'm driving around, or if I'm at home on the weekends, what I'm basically doing, technically I'm talking to myself.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah, you have to.
But I'm just kind of like, I'm talking to an audience, an imaginary audience. They're not there. I'm talking, just rambling as if there's an audience there, right? Mm-hmm. I'm just rambling. And then if something funny comes out and I start laughing at it, I'm like, okay, there's something there. Then I'll pursue that. But I'm just kind of rambling down a road like branches of a tree. And then as soon as something lights up, oh, there we go.
So you can do that all by yourself.
Oh, yeah.
You can visualize. It sounds like a form of meditation almost. Like you can picture an audience.
They're just kind of picturing. I'm not really picturing it. It's just I'm just there. There's an audience. I'm not really picturing them in my mind. I'm just talking as if they were there.
Do you ever look in the rear view?
No.
So you can see your own facial expressions and how those are?
Not at all. I used to be conscious about that when I was younger. When I first went out to like LA and stuff, I used to really use my face and do a lot of facial animations and stuff like that. But these days I don't really use it that much.
I gotcha.
Sometimes I started using it a little bit more here and there lately, and I've noticed an uptick in the amount of laughter. I was like, yeah, I need to start using
the facial expression
using more facial animations more often.
It is weird looking at your own face when you talk to yourself in the mirror. We had another comedian on, Leah Lynn, who
talk to yourself in the mirror. Who does that? You?
I have.
Do you see the pause on that one?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
It seems like the most vain exercise in the world, but it also, Leah Lynn, another podcast guest we had on recently, said she does that more not for rehearsing per se, but for psychological health. Like she'll do self-talk to her mirror, like, I'm Dan Danner, I'm the fucking man. Like,
well, how old is she?
Like, I think she's mid-40s.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that would sound like something like young people would do or something. But
No, I mean
to each their own.
she's just. I think she has a good idea of who she is, and you know, positive self talk can be helpful. Like, because if you get in a bad mood and you're like, look, I just need to like step away from this mood and be like, you know, it's not the end of the world. Here's who I am. Like all that aside. So, but yeah, facial expressions, rehearsing. Dude, I actually like the job I have now because I have a lot of time in the car.
See, exactly. That's my perfect riding time. There's nobody around. People might see me, but these days they might just think you're on the phone or some shit. Mm-hmm. So I'm just working on material and whatnot. And it's my safe place.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm just doing shit because I'm not just working on jokes or whatever, or I'm just rehearsing or like singing songs or some bullshit, or just like I'll come up with a bunch of, like I used to do songs musically in the act, like before I even started using the guitar. Mm-hmm. Squeaky. But yeah, so I'll just come up with like a cappella shit all the fucking time, and sometimes I'll try it out that night.
Yeah,
like a lot of times I'll write shit and then just go try it out on stage that night to see how it goes, see how it flies.
That's cool. That's cool. That's a risk. This is what I wanted to talk to you about, because when I talked to Donovan Stroud on the phone today, and he was excited we were going to do an interview, but he said one of the things he admires about you.
Gay.
Dude, Donovan is
Don's the gayest.
The gayest.
He's the
post
gayest.
Even for like postal workers, like
dude,
which are gay.
I hear they got like he gets like oiled up and lubed up head to toe before he hits his mail route. That's how gay he is.
Yeah. He said what he liked about you. Is that you're gay too, and you guys hook up all. No, he said
he wishes, man.
Yeah,
he can't afford me.
He said you take risks on stage, and you're not afraid of bombing and everything.
Oh no, definitely not afraid of bomb. I'm always,
which is awesome.
Well, here's the thing: a lot of people think that I am. They've told me that they wish they had my confidence. They wish they were brave like me, and that I'm fearless. That is completely not true at all. I am always, and I mean always, afraid to get on that stage. Every single time, no matter what it looks like, no matter what I'm doing, if I'm doing low key or if I'm doing high energy, I am always afraid to get up on that stage, okay?
Sure.
What I am not afraid to do is bomb, though. Right. I'm not afraid of the failure, because if I fail, then I learn from it, and you do get stronger.
Sure.
We're like, comedians are like Saiyan warriors. Every time you lose, you come back stronger.
Say that again. They're like sane warriors?
No, Saiyan. Dragon Ball Z.
Saiyan. I was like, what is that word? Saiyan.
Saiyan. Like Saiyan warriors, like Dragon Ball Z. Do you know what Dragon Ball Z is?
I do, but...
you act like you don't. I think you're lying to me.
I don't. Well, the reason I hesitate is because I've interviewed other comics that are into anime and Dragon Ball Z, and like that's the only one I can think of. There's another one.
What, Naruto,
but anyway,
or Bleach or whatever. But anyway,
back to your metaphor. So they're
basically like
Saiyan warriors. They can get killed but come back stronger.
Kind of. So basically, look, failure is the greatest teacher in life.
Yeah,
that's the honest truth. So every time you fail, and I think in comedy you'll get to, if you're any comedian worth their fucking jokes, you get to a certain level to where once you bomb, nobody has to tell you, give you constructive criticism and whatnot. You will know immediately, like, damn it, I know exactly why I bombed.
Right.
I didn't deliver this correctly. My timing was off, or I just wasn't whatever the issue is. You're like, I know exactly what. You'll know it just instinctively, almost to a certain point.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, okay, you can come back the next day or the next week, whatever, try the same exact set. But if you're in a better mindset, or maybe this time you'll be sober or whatever, and your timing's better, and just your attitude, your energy's different, it'll work. Mm-hmm. This is going to sound arrogant, and I'm not meaning it to be, but
you've earned it, bro.
No, it's just, if my jokes don't work, if people don't laugh at my jokes, it's because I didn't deliver the jokes correctly. I know I'm funny.
Right.
I know that for a fact, and I know that because I proved it to myself when I was 23 years old.
Yeah.
My jokes are funny. They might not be delivered correctly. I might fuck it up, but the stuff is good. I can keep working on it. Sometimes I'll just drop the shit and forget that I tried this joke out, because sometimes I won't write jokes down. A lot of times I stopped writing shit out completely a long time ago.
Yeah.
So I'll do shit off the dome and then think, okay, I got an idea, here go, I'll do it. It doesn't work. Maybe I'll try it again some other time, or just fuck it, that didn't. Or the other times I'll reflect on it and go, okay, I know this is good, but I fucked it up.
Right.
And I think a lot of comedians are like, they don't realize that they don't have haven't got that certain, I don't really like the word confidence, that self-esteem or just believing in themselves enough to know that, dude, like,
Yeah.
you're funny. Your shit is funny. It's not that the joke doesn't. I've seen a lot of comedians in our community that will say, "Oh man, yeah, that's I can't tell was it they just off or was the joke just not funny?" It's like, dude, the joke's funny. You are funny.
Believe
period.
in you.
But
Yeah.
you just fucked it up. But the joke is funny because your stuff is always funny. You just fucking up the delivery. It's not the jokes. It's not the audience. And sometimes it is the audience, but it's rare.
Maybe they weren't ready to receive it
Yeah.
then because you didn't do enough right before it.
Exactly. Like sometimes, like my songs about how disgusting vaginas are, and they are. You can't just. I mean, it works. Okay, it fucking works. But I mean, it's fucking funny. But you can't just like in 5-minute clips. It doesn't work that well. You gotta have the right kind of audience and the right kind of mood. But if I was doing like a 15-minute set, I could build up to it.
Sure.
And then just hit them with that, and they'd fucking laugh.
Yeah.
But if I'm just starting off with that with a group of young chicks up front, which just happened, it'll fucking tank.
On Monday? I didn't see you.
No, this was on a Tuesday. Like,
okay. There were some girls up front on Monday. But.
Oh yeah, they were hilarious, man. Because I was messing around with them. They're fucking sexually deviants, man. I'm telling you, it was a great time.
Right.
But yeah, so it's all about. I think with comedy, definitely take risks. When I see a lot of people like not taking risks, I'm just like.
And by that you mean doing material you've heard a billion times, like just doing stuff that
kind of sort of just try something, try anything different. But if I see them going through the same cycle, and it happens to all of us, I'll go through the same cycles and I'll start bombing repeatedly. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, because I'm getting stuck in the same repetitive nature of stuff. That's
and
what
the audience can
comedians
sense
do.
it. They can sense when something's fresh or something.
Exactly, because you're fresh, your energy's fresh, and if you're tired of your own stuff, then you're like, ugh. But sometimes I'll see other comedians, they just, they're trying to figure out, to get stuck in that infinite loop of themselves. And like, what am I doing? That's why I'll tell them, like, dude, again, we're just doing open mics here. The 5-minute clips, maybe 10 minutes if you're lucky. Just relax. There's nobody from, like Comedy Central or some shit or Netflix. There's nobody there to watch you and you're doing a showcase. This is your make it or break it. Dude, it's just 5 minutes at an open mic. Relax. What stuff I think every comedian needs to, if they keep bombing once in a while, like for a couple sets, then what you need to do is step back. Just realize, why are you doing this ultimately? Because it's fun.
Yeah,
and you want to have fun.
Absolutely.
So take a step back. Then if you bombed a couple times in a row, what is some of your best stuff, your A material that works with all kinds of different audiences? Just go back with that. Just do that, but stop trying. Just go to have fun.
Yeah.
Like tonight, I know exactly because we're following the pros we're going, and there's going to be opener and a guy doing.
Yeah, you're getting me nervous, bro. The pros,
man, the pros.
Yeah.
Well, dude, you're already at a professional level. You're just not on tour.
So
see, there it is, right there. Not believing in yourself.
No,
right
I
there.
appreciate that.
No,
man.
but I mean, like, just go. Basically, I know I have some new stuff that I could do, but I haven't done it on stage yet. When I'm like, But so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna go have fun.
Yeah.
I'm literally because I'm the one who's gonna follow them because everybody's gonna be afraid to follow these guys.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to be like, oh, shit. And then it's going to fucking it will tank the fucking energy immediately.
If people go in timidly and don't just have fun.
Just especially after, you're going to have an opener and then a headliner.
Yeah.
Then the open mic. If you put an open micer up there immediately after, somebody, the energy is going to fucking plummet and like half the audience is just going to walk out.
Sure.
Because, they just sat through 45 minutes.
We'll take some of the pressure off.
Some of them will get up anyway and take a break anyway. But...
Yeah.
So I was like, no, I'll fucking do it because I like going first.
No, you'll be a great segue.
No, exactly.
That.
So some can. That's what I'm saying. Some will get up anyway to take a break, get a drink, whatever. So fuck it. I'm going to do what I know works. I'm going to use my A material. Just some songs. Just do 2 of them. I'll do "Goodbye My Love" and the diarrhea song. Because "Goodbye My Love," I have to poop. That one,
yeah.
The sing along one that by the time I say everybody knows the fucking the chorus and they sing it. And it works. And they'll just do that, and then that followed up with the diarrhea song.
Yeah,
because they fit together so well. And then there you go. Then you just did it for fun.
Yeah,
and then meet the pros. Say, hey, how's it going? You coming from LA? Where are you at the Lafayette Improv? Are you Comedy Store? You Comedy Store, bro?
Yeah.
Comedy Store, bro.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a second.
But just overall, like bring it on back. Like Donovan says, he likes taking risks. I think is important because that's just also in life. You got to take risks. If you're not going to take risks, then you're not going to stand out.
Yeah.
You're not going to, okay, do as you're told. Look, this is what I was taught growing up. Like, honestly, this is what I was taught because, my father was in the military and stuff. This is what I was taught. Keep your head down, keep your mouth shut, do as you're told. Don't ask questions. Don't ever stand up. Don't ever stand out. That's what I was taught. Me.
Yeah.
Do I do that kind of shit?
No, you've
I don't.
broken out of that shit.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's a big 180.
So, I mean, in life, you're not going to get anywhere unless you don't. People that stand out are the ones that get picked.
Yeah.
Like, I need somebody. If you're at a job, your regular day job, right?
Mm-hmm.
You ever been promoted to a management position from your group of peers, at your colleagues and whatnot, at any job?
I had to break out of what I was doing to do sales. I was in a group of analysts, so spreadsheet pushers, and that was not the typical nerds. Yeah. So I got turned down several times. So I had to poke my head out and get shot down a few times. But to your point,
But yeah, exactly.
It's choosing to do something that you're not comfortable with.
Yeah, taking something you're not comfortable with, but it's a risk. You're getting out of your safe space. But if you want something more, something different, then you've got to try. And perfect example, you might get shot down a few times, like a whack-a-mole. You might get shot down a couple times, but you got to keep on getting up and keep on trying until something finally happens. Like comedy to me is the greatest metaphor for life. It's you're going to keep on failing and failing and failing and failing and failing and failing and failing. Don't forget about the failing, about this failing, and keep failing. And then suddenly you're going to and failing and failing and failing, and then a win, then fail. Then wait, what was that?
Yeah,
that was a win. What was that?
Right.
How did I do that? Mm-hmm. But by the time you get to the win, you've done it instinctually.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even know how you did it. You ever have one of those nights on stage where you killed so fucking good, like afterwards you're like,
yeah,
how the fuck
weird.
did I just do that? It was kind of weird.
It was weird.
It's
like somebody else told you how well it was, and
and
you
you're
were
just
like, whoa. Huh.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about, no, not like that. I'm talking, you knew from the moment when you said, all right, thank you so much, and I'm talking, people went, they were this close to standing up. They just went full on clap.
I don't know if I've had a Dan Danner like that.
Oh, really? You haven't had the woo?
No, I have. But yeah.
No,
and it does take you by surprise, though.
Oh yeah, definitely, because you're just doing your thing. That's what I'm always chasing. That's the dragon that I'm chasing is the woo. Once you get the wow, and they're just stomping their feet and clap. Wow. Once you get that, it's like I want more of that.
Right?
Can I get some more of that? That's what I'm always chasing. And but comedians being comedians, filled with self-doubt and whatnot. If I don't get the woo, then it's complete shit. You know what I mean? Because once you get that.
But I feel like once you have that, your baseline show is better than what you think it was.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You could still get by like as a working comic.
Of course, but oh god, what a terrible way to say that. Yeah, but it's factual.
Is it? Yeah.
You can just get by as a working comic. Oh god, that is just, to me, that's just
like that's your bad show. I guess
that's a bad. Yeah, I got by tonight, and as a work. No, you always want to, but
that sounds miserable to me.
It's actually, I've done it back in the day when I was doing it like as a professional.
Right. So Dan Danner.
Yeah.
I'll say it so you don't have to because this is amazing.
Sure.
Paid regular at the Comedy Store, which is awesome.
Yeah. It's like saying that I went to MIT or some shit like that.
Can you tell me that story? Because this was, you said a couple of things earlier. One, and I do want to get into this, like overcoming the self-doubt. When you said you knew you were funny, you proved it to yourself when you were 23.
Yeah.
And was that around the same time you were in LA and working your way into a spot at the Comedy Store? Was this like, break down the timeline of that? Like,
yeah, that's how I proved it to myself, because that's when I became a paid regular at the Comedy Store when I was 23 years old. And that's when I knew there was no more doubt. It wasn't, because when you start out doing comedy, you might be thinking like, oh, am I funny? Or, am I funny enough? Or, there's all kinds of doubt when you're starting off in this stuff.
Yeah.
Because, you're one of the, primal fears of people is to stand in front of a bunch of others, kind of doing this stuff. It's pretty fucking scary.
Right.
But, no, I knew for a fact I was funny. It was the night I got my, when I was made a paid regular.
So does this mean you were passed?
What do you mean?
Like passed by
passed approved, you mean?
Right, yeah.
Okay, well let me okay, here's the story. So all right, where should we start from this story? Okay. Well, all right, let's just say I'm in LA. It's the year 2000.
Okay.
Literally, I left January 1st. I left Columbia, South Carolina, January 1st, the year 2000. Drove my fucking piece of shit used car towards the sun. for fucking 4 days. I drove like either 12 or sometimes 14 hours just across the fucking continent.
Beautiful.
And just chasing it, man, chasing the dream, man. And I got there, and let's see. So I got there. It took me about a week, and then as soon as I got there, I was figuring out, okay, where to go. I wanted to go to the Comedy Store most of all, but I looked at like the Laugh Factory and the Improv, and I was trying to figure out how do you sign up for their open mics, how do you get your foot in the door, kind of thing. The Laugh Factory, their things were, their open mics was Sunday, but you had to like get there early and wait in line. You had to camp out all day long.
This was at the Comedy Store?
No, this is at the Laugh Factory.
Laugh Factory, my
okay,
bad.
and you had to camp out all day long, and then I don't remember the rest of it, how the rest of it worked, because I was just like, you had to do what? Camp out all day? Fuck that shit. I'm not doing that. So then I was like, oh, go over to the Comedy Store, which I wanted to go anyway. And what you did was you would go there early in the mornings on Sundays. They'd have a sheet out, and they'd have like 30 slots, right? 30 slots. So you would sign your name. Okay, then around 4:30 in the afternoon, you get back. They would come outside with a bucket full of tickets. Okay, there's 15 spots, but 30 names. So there's 15 numbered spots and 15 blank tickets. You pull a ticket. I pulled blank tickets for almost 3 months, 3.5 months or so. Come March, and this is every week I'm going back out to the Comedy Store. I don't remember the Improv. I don't think they even had an open mic at that time. But I was like, fuck it, I'm going Comedy Store.
Right.
And I did little piddly shows here and there, open mics around LA shit, where there's like nobody there kind of shit. It was awful. It was god awful. I mean,
Worse than the mics here?
Oh, dude! I mean, literally, there was
We got
like
some good mics here.
No, I'm talking like they had a microphone set up. There is no host. There's no nothing. There's a microphone. Hey, kid, you want to do some stuff? There's my go. Yeah,
Wow.
there's nothing there. There's a mic that's turned on. You go up, and you're the only person there. And then there's the bartender. That's it. And dude, my shit back then was so fucking raw and high energy, but raw as fuck.
Rawer than what you do now?
Oh my god, yes.
Rawer than you put peanut butter on your dick?
Dude, I used to fuck with that. Was genius, number one. But
No, I agree.
But no, I had a song about I love a parade about all kinds of monkeys smoking crackers, some dumb shit. I can't believe I used to do this nonsense. It was so ridiculous. But anyway, so yeah, I did that for about little piddly shows for almost 3 months, and then I finally pulled a ticket around March.
Was that your first 3 months doing stand-up ever, or had you done it here?
No, I did it here. When I first started stand-up, I started here in Columbia, but before I get to the beginning, let me finish this part of the approval stuff. So anyway, started pulling tickets, numbered tickets at the Comedy Store, and then once I pulled that first numbered ticket, just lady luck seemed to like me, so I kept pulling numbered spots. I was like, sweet. So I kept getting up. It was 3 minutes. Make the most of it. 3 minutes.
Which room were you in at the Comedy?
The original room.
So the big one.
Yeah, there's the main room is the biggest one. That's the more modern one. The original room is the one they started out with.
Okay. Is there the belly room too?
The belly room's upstairs. Yeah, that's kind of the smaller room. It's the size of like, kind of about the size of the joint, really, but more instead of like vertically, turn the room like more horizontally. But it's actually kind of smaller than that. No, maybe about the same size, but the way the seating is different. It's been a while, but still maybe smaller. Yeah.
So the original room is like a split between the belly room and the main room in terms of size.
Kind of, sorta. It's the you'll know it when you see the main room, because that's when we got all the. If you see a performance where they're like,
Louis recorded a special there. I know what you're talking about. The main room. Yeah.
And but yeah, the original room's that's where we were doing it, and had a little. It was like about the size of here, almost like a baseball dugout where all the comedians were hanging out and whatnot. But no, I did it for about 8 months. Now, in order to become a paid regular, you need a paid regular to sponsor you and say, hey, this guy deserves a shot for a showcase, right?
Right.
And some guys would ask after a certain time, whatnot. I don't think I asked. It's been a long time. But I got sponsored by Bobby Lee.
Really?
Yeah, I got sponsored by Bobby Lee. He suggested me to be paid regular, and I never forgot that. Never forgot that, man. I got another story about how my ego, when I had my encounters with my own fucking ego and shit. Oh, I learned.
That had to be cut down to size?
Yeah. One night I was up there, we're doing just regular stuff, and when you're paid regular, you do 15-minute sets and whatnot. And I was so fucking full, like I'm the Captain Hot Shit, King Swinging Dick. I did my set, and I was like, all right, everybody, because there's no host. The first guy does his stuff. The second guy, then you introduce the second guy. The second guy introduces the third guy. This kind of stuff. It's you're doing comedy and learning about hosting. But anyway, one night I said, "All right, coming up next is one of the few comedians here at the Comedy Store that can actually follow me and it was Bobby Lee. It was kind of a compliment. I thought a compliment to him, but yeah, exactly. And I was like, oh, now I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck?
So did Bobby get pissed at you over that?
No, he was just like, oh shit. And then
Did the whole room hate you after that?
No, comedians did. I remember Duncan Trussell, he was the booker at that time. Then I remember he called me up, like I think the next day or two, and he said, hey man, I've got some reports about you. And I was like, what's going on? He said, yeah, apparently you've been a real asshole or some shit. And I said, apparently you said something like one of the few comedians that can actually follow me, Bobby Lee. And I was like, that's when it hit me. I was like, oh my God, I'm an asshole. What the fuck? Luckily, I'm the type where if you point it out to me, I won't deny it. And I was like, oh God, no. So I said, I can't show my face tonight. I was so embarrassed. I was like, just cancel it for tonight, man. And then he's like, no, you should do it. And I said, no, I just can't. Then after a couple hours later, I called up. I said, no, I'll do it. Fuck it. And he's like, no, I already switched out somebody else, man. But I learned. I really learned. I was like, don't ever, like that egotistical bullshit when you think you're hot shit. Just don't.
Yeah.
I see
Purge that out of you.
Yeah.
When you sense it, it's like a cancer.
Oh yeah, dude. Like, I'm glad I got that out of the way when I was younger, because I see dudes doing this shit these days, and I'm just like, guys that I came up with at the Comedy Store, I see them now, and I'm like, ooh, you weren't like that back in the day. Now that you've got some success, suddenly now you think you're king swinging dick.
Yeah.
You're an idiot. That's career suicide.
Yeah.
You got to watch it. But anyway, so Bobby Lee sponsored me to be a paid regular.
Can you talk about how that happened? Because you obviously maybe met Bobby Lee and then he saw your stuff. Like,
basically.
What was the interaction? I mean,
no, it's just the same thing like at any comedy club. I'm sure it's like that at the Comedy Zone, because you're just open micers and guys are hanging out there. Because once the open mic was there, I think there was a host for just kind of starting off the show on the potluck open mic nights and whatnot. Was Bobby Lee. Most of the time he was hosting. Yeah, the open mic nights, I think Bobby Lee was hosting it, because I don't think that, once you're a regular, you introduce each other, but for the open micers, no, Bobby Lee was hosting, that's right. And that's how he got to know me, and there's just interaction and talking and whatnot.
Yeah.
But then...
I love Bobby Lee, man.
Oh, yeah, he's
obviously
cool,
I don't know him, but he is...
Oh, he's done quite well for
and
himself. And dude, you talk about black don't crack bullshit, Asian don't fucking crack, dude. That dude looks pretty much the same.
How old is he?
I have no idea. I think he's like 900.
Yeah.
He's like just as short as Yoda and shit, but dude, I swear to God, he looks. I'm like,
Asian people do live a long time too, don't they? I mean, I feel like I'm thinking about like the Mao Dynasty shit, like
just genetics, man. I'm telling you, good genetics. But like so he sponsored me, and then I got told, hey, you got a showcase, because they would do like the open mics, and then they would do it on Sundays, I believe, or Mondays or some shit. I don't remember. But Mitzi Shore herself, she watched the showcases. There wasn't somebody watching or whatever, then they'd report. No, Mitzi Shore herself always watched showcases. Now, you do 3 showcases. Now, again, you're doing 3 minutes during the open mic, okay? So you do a 5-minute showcase, right? And if you pass, then you come back next week and you do a 10-minute showcase. If you pass, you come back and you do a 15-minute showcase, which is the standard professional set.
So Mitzi's approving all 3 of those?
Oh, absolutely. She was there every single time, right? And so, and the 15-minute sets is once you're a paid regular, you do 15-minute sets in in all the rooms and whatnot, unless you're going to do a 30-minute set, whatever. But, like a standard franchise club from back in the day, the opener does 15 minutes.
Right.
The feature does 45 or a half hour, and then the headliner does like an hour or 90 minutes, whatever. So 15-minute sets, which was one thing I really loved about the Comedy Store, the amount of development you could get. We'll get to that in a minute about. You're doing 4 to 5 sets in a week, and they're all 15-minute sets, man. So it's awesome. Yeah. But anyway, so I did the 5-minute set, passed. Did the 10-minute set, and then because each time I would go up to Mitzi, like you always show fucking respect. Because dude,
say thank you so
piss
much
off, exactly.
for the opportunity.
You piss off Mitzi, you're fucking done, son. Like for real. You might as well move the fuck out of LA. It's over. It's fucking over. You got to go to New York now because it's fucking done. Yeah. She had so much power, dude, with the fucking make one call. David Bakker, I don't like him. Everybody does the Mitzi voice when they talk about David Bakker, I don't like him. She was a little bit
like
older.
that Dan Danner though. He's really funny.
It's kind of like that. But like I don't like him, and I don't want him working here or anywhere else. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much, if word gets out that Mitzi doesn't like you, that usually means you fucked up royally. You did something very bad, and if you piss her off, then it's just over, man.
What could piss her off?
If
The
you were
ego,
doing some
maybe,
kind of
or
no, I'm talking like
insensitive material. Like
no,
what?
oh jeez, at the Comedy Store, you can pretty much do whatever you want. But like, she knows, like, if you were doing some sort of like anti-Semitic, anti-Jewish kind of stuff, because their family's Jewish.
Yeah.
But if you're doing some sort of racist shit, but she always knew like who was.
Yeah, she
who
could
meant
tell.
it,
She
who
could tell
meant
where
it.
their hearts were at.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you fucked up, did something stupid, or just really bad, if you did something bad, it's not just about making mistakes. Like, you did something bad,
Yeah.
you're fucking done. But,
Did you watch the Comedy Store documentary?
Yeah, but I don't remember much about it.
It's a new one. It
new one?
came out
I think it's a series
so
or something,
recent.
isn't it?
It's a series. Yeah,
Ah,
it's
that's
several
why, that's
episodes.
why.
So
Okay.
I watched it on Amazon Prime.
Oh,
And,
Amazon Prime, get that plug.
Yeah, dude. Like they need it.
Yeah, I
Bezos.
know, right? Bezos
up?
and his dick rocket
Yeah,
into space.
Put your check in the mail.
But,
Bobby Lee told a story about, and dude, you could have been on this documentary, honestly, as a paid regular. But the story was how Louis C.K. didn't get passed by Mitzi. Like Bobby Lee was in the
funny.
audience,
Yeah.
and Louis was on for like 30 seconds, and Mitzi was like, "Light him, he doesn't have it." And Bobby
Damn.
Lee went to Mitzi and said, that's Louis C.K. You can't let Louis C.K. At this time, Louis was already an accomplished comedian from New York. And she's like, "I don't care. He doesn't have it." and Louis finishes his set because he's like, "Fuck you. I'm doing my time." Like,
Yeah.
Louis, I mean, I don't know Louis. I worship him enough to know a little about his temperament. And he basically was like, chip on his shoulder, especially back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
So he just did his time. And I'm sure he pissed Mitzi off. He never was a regular or was even able to perform there much. And he came back, I think
That's
maybe
funny.
after Mitzi had died. He recorded a special there a few years later. The other comedian that never got passed at the Comedy Store is Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew about that. The knock on Jerry was that he was too polished.
Yeah,
And
that's
Mitzi
one thing.
sort of liked this. Made me tell me if this jives with your experience. This is all off of documentary
Go ahead,
shit.
go ahead.
But basically, Mitzi kind of liked people that were unique, rough around the edges, like authentic, like.
That's actually no. It's basically she liked. That's kind of true. She liked. She didn't want polished. That's because she didn't want you already finished. Like she liked to help. She was big on. She was very much like my experience with her was very much the mother hen type. She
Yeah.
was very much on helping guys develop. From the bottom up.
Sure.
If you were already fully developed, you hatching from your egg of comedy, if you will, coming out as a fully like I'm a professional, ready to go, full,
Yeah.
headliner comedian, then it's like, well, no, I don't want you here.
Yeah.
They might have you pop in, like I know, like Louis C.K. and Jerry Seinfeld, they did some stuff in the main room, whatnot, here and there, whatnot.
Oh, I'm
But,
sure
like,
years later. This is kind of like
as a regular though, no, they wouldn't have them because they're already finished. Like she loved to help out those just coming up and developing and whatnot. Like for example, I got a story about that. When I was there in LA for a couple of years and I left. And I was gone for like a year and a half. Then I went back again, but I was there for like 4 months. I was like, I fucking hate LA. And I remember why I left. I just didn't like LA. But when I left, I re-showcased for Mitzi to regain my status as paid regular. But on that, and I already knew I was leaving, so I did my showcase and I thanked Mitzi for everything she ever did for me, like, the opportunities and everything else. But this just LA isn't for me. I think maybe I'll try New York. So I just don't like LA, and it's just so miserable and lonely and dirty and filthy, and it's just ew. And I just thanked her for everything. And then when I got off the stage and thanked her again in person, she was like, "No, Dan, no, you don't. What do you need? Do you need a job? Do you need a place to stay?" She was no bullshit. Mitzi Shore was willing to give me a place to stay and a job if I would stay. And I said, "Well, I appreciate it, but I'm already getting packed up, and I just don't like LA." And she goes, "I understand." Mm-hmm. I said, "What are you going to do?" I said, "Well, I'll go back to South Carolina, maybe go up to New York and try something there." I never did. But yeah, she offered me like help if I needed it. She's that type. If she likes you and she can tell that you're trying shit out, whatnot, yeah, she would always have your back.
That's really nice.
Here's also to finish off the story of my showcasing. So I did the 5-minute showcase, walk up to her, "Thank you so much." She goes, "Good job, Dan." And I said, "So I'll come back."
Good job, Dan.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, and she's like, "Good job, Dan." I was like, "All right, cool." So she goes, "You passed." And I said, "Great." So she was like, "They'll call you and you come back next week." I was like, "Great." So the following week I come back and I showcase. I did the 10 minutes, right? And I got done and came up to Mitzi, and she was like, "Good job, Dan." I said, "Oh, great. So I'll come back next week." She goes, "No, you're good." And I was like, "What do you mean?" She goes, "You're good. You made it." Getting choked up thinking about it. That's when I knew that was when I finally made the dream come true, dude. I was a professional comedian. Walked outside, smoked a cigarette. I was waiting for the movie's orchestral music. Ha, ha, ha. It wasn't there, but I remember noting, I need the movie music. But I looked up, it was a full moon. I was just out there and I was like, holy shit, I fucking did it. I'm a paid regular at the Comedy Store. To my eyes, that was like, I'm a professional comedian now. I did it.
Yeah.
I didn't have to do the 15-minute showcase, David.
Is that what you're crying to? Like, thank God I don't do the 15 minutes.
No. I was just like, holy shit, I did it, and I didn't have to do the 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Mitzi Shore just told me I'm good.
Yeah.
So, and that's when I knew. It's like, I'm fucking funny.
Yeah.
I'm fucking funny, dude. I know that for a fact. I know it in my head. I know it in my heart. I'm fucking funny. My
Yeah.
jokes might not always work, but that's because I fucked it up. But I'm fucking funny.
Yeah. That's special, man. That's really special.
Well, I'm special. Short bus special.
You're special.
I wear the helmet
You're fucking retarded.
with the water wings. No, but it all came from just. It just came from taking risks, man, because
Yeah.
you're not going to get anywhere if you don't. When I started literally at Art Bar.
Yeah.
They had an open mic. The room we're in now is not the room the open mic was. It's the room to the side, the other room that's in the back room, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, the open mics were in that room back in those days, and at first it was nothing but people like doing poetry or playing acoustic guitar, and it was a very kind of serious thing. But I was like, all right, I'll try this out, and it was on Tuesdays.
Right.
I was doing like I started reading poetry, but they of course were like humorous in nature. 'Cause it's just my nature. Mm-hmm. And so I would show up every week, and it started kind of building an audience week by week. I was doing this for like, how long was I doing this? Maybe a year, 8 months. Maybe let's just say a year. So we were doing.
So this is starting out. So this is prior to LA.
Oh yeah. This is where I really first started out doing the stuff, right? So, but I would always do like funny little poems, and it built up enough of a following that I had this poem called, I never forgot it, Mr. Pigeon. I still got it, know it to this day by heart. There's another one that I forgot that made me Art Bar famous. It was called Stab Your Bitch Ass. Because I was being all like, I was like doing the whole character thing. Like I was like, this is about, ex-girlfriends or boyfriends. I'm sure everybody can identify. And I did some bullshit about how like, you told me you loved me, but then you left me. Stab your bitch ass. Stab your bitch ass. And I would be so animated with it. I've got a photo of me somewhere like in the middle of stab your bitch ass. Mm-hmm. People loved it so much. On the weekends, I'd be at ARP. I used to be ARP regular big time. I'd be on the weekends there taking a fucking piss. And somebody would walk up and, oh shit. Stab your bitch ass.
Yeah.
They'd recognize me. It's like, what the it was weird, like Art Bar fame. It was like a small little thing, but whatever. It was kind of cool. But anyway, I kept doing it.
Yeah.
And then one night, like I say, the open mic was getting bigger and bigger. A bunch of people were coming in because shit was getting fun. People would see me taking risks, doing stupid shit, and that gave them the confidence to kind of try more shit too, which was great.
Yeah.
I love seeing that, man.
Risk taking.
It's like, yeah, just taking risks, or like it's okay.
It's cool how it helps other people get the courage.
Exactly.
I relate to that.
Yeah. Just
start doing something. You'll encourage other people that have been thinking about it but didn't do it yet.
Yeah, maybe they're scared.
There's a lot of people.
It's always easier to do something if you see somebody else do it first.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
It's not just comedy either. There's a lot of people that
all kinds of
have
stuff.
that one thing in the back of their mind that they want to do.
Well, check this out. Like growing up at like elementary, especially middle school, and especially middle school, when they'd have like dances, school dances, like at middle school, and usually it was well, people would go. And, there's got a DJ and nobody's dancing. Everybody's scared.
Yep.
Nobody wants to do anything, right? And I wanted to dance and have fun, but I didn't because I was fucking chicken shit scared.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking about that. And then as I became an adult, I remember, like, I'll be the motherfucker to get the party started. I will do it. And it's just instinctive now because I remember, and I thought about it, and I was like, it's because of that. It's because I wanted to have fun, but I was so scared.
Yeah.
People would point and laugh at me. Now it's like, I don't give a fuck if you point and laugh. As long as you're laughing, you laugh with me or at me, but you're laughing. That's what's important.
That's a really good metaphor for like coming out of your shell and breaking away from fear. I felt like that evolution happened with me a little bit before I started to do stand-up. There was like a breaking point we talked about the sales. That's my job and how stressful it was, and it was killing me inside in a way. It was also making me a different type of person. It was making me kind of callous towards things and tougher in a way. And after a few years of it, there was kind of like this I don't give a fuck thing that broke in me. Kind of in an unhealthy way. It was kind of a beautiful plane crash type state of mind. And I remember I was still drinking at this point. I've since gotten sober, but we would have these meetings, these sales meetings. and a lot of times there'd be music and dancing after the meeting, and I just said, because even as adults, if you're at a bar, like. If you ever go to a bar, by the way, you see the uncomfortable people, the people that hold their beers right here, the people that don't don't socialize, don't vibe. They're kind of self-conscious. I really notice it now because I'm sober. I can see it. I still go out. Yeah. But when that thing in me broke, I started to be the one that was like, woo, dancing like an idiot.
Hell yeah.
Part of it, liquid courage. And now to this day, I still do. Like there's something about music too that helps that come out. Like the music is beautiful. If you just focus on that and be like, this is amazing. Like I'm having fun. Yeah. I don't care. Like I'm free from inhibition.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then the more I do comedy, the easier that comes. And it's like, it's just this free flowing whatever. And I'm really grateful to have that state of mind. And I want other people to have it too.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
You want to have other people let go of feeling stupid.
Oh yeah.
And that can manifest itself in other creative ways like stand up or, starting that business you never decided to do.
Just, take it. It's okay.
Do it.
Try it out.
You're going to die, dude.
What's the worst that could happen?
You're going to die,
You're going to
bro.
fail. Like, what? Are you worried about failing? Guess what? You're going to fail.
Yeah.
Life is full of fucking fail. It's like when I tell people about, they're telling me they're interested in trying stand up. I'm like, dude, you got to try it out. You've got to try it at least once. You'll know after that first time, whether you kill or whether you bomb, you'll know as soon as you get off the stage whether it's for you.
Yeah.
Because if you get off and you're like, oh, hell no, then it's not for you. But if you get off and you're like, I want to get right back up on there.
Yeah.
And like even if you bomb,
or it excites you in a deep, deep place. Like I just did
like
it.
In the anus. Yes.
I just did the thing.
Yes, in the anus.
I just got fucked up the ass.
And I liked it.
Am I gay?
Am I gay?
Am I gay?
Am I gay?
Or am I a comedian?
Gay is the way.
Am I both? Is that how you know you're gay?
I think so. But yeah, I mean, like, you just gotta try it out. I say, take the risk because it'll get you places in life and doing shit so that, and then also that it's just a side effect. I'm not out there trying like I'm gonna lead the way and show everybody follow me. No, I'm just trying to do my thing and enjoy life and just have some fun, but also for a purpose, a goal, reaching towards a goal.
Yeah.
But if somebody else is inspired, that's great.
Yeah.
Like locally here, I noticed, I do my sets and I'll hang around a little bit, then I'll leave. And then a couple months back, I noticed some other comedians started bringing up guitars and shit. And I was like, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice.
Yes, you didn't take that as they're stealing my
shit. Well, jokingly to myself, I was like, look at them stealing my shit. I'm the guitar guy around here. And I was like, but cool, look at them go. Like, that's fucking
I know
awesome,
how you really
man.
feel. You actually would.
Yeah. No, great to see see people try. Mm-hmm. I'm still slightly disappointed, though. I got to admit, I am kind of slightly disappointed that, like each week when I just message the showrunners and be like, hey, may I please have the opening spot? When it's always sure. We know Dan's gonna do the opening. I'm still waiting for the day where I hear, actually somebody else asked for the opening spot. I'm still waiting for it. The fuck are you waiting on?
I could ask him.
My fucking permission? Oh, fuck you. Just kidding. I'm joking. No. Let's take this as a take this as a learning moment, shall we?
God damn it.
Let's take this as a learning moment, shall we? Never, when I go up top, never fall for that shit ever, because you know what's gonna happen. It's old school, stupid ass fucking playground shit, but it always worked and it always makes me
it's always good to establish dominance.
I know, right? It's just so fucking funny. Did you see what?
Who the alphas here just got established pretty clearly.
There's no such thing. There's no such thing as alphas. That's complete horse shit.
That's what an alpha would say. That's exactly what the alpha would say. There's no such thing as alpha.
No such thing. Well, no, the guys who are always walking around saying, "Oh, I'm the alpha." It's like
nobody walks around saying
that's
it.
what a beta says, motherfucker.
Right, exactly. You're not saying it. I'll say it. You are.
No, absolutely not. No. Absolutely not. I've met real alphas, and it's just like, whoa.
No, but I think with human beings, the definition of alpha is a little bit nuanced. It's like it's not the strongest.
It's
not the strongest one. It's not the strongest lion. It's like the most kind of leveled up mentally one.
I guess whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Lions,
whatever,
lazy
whatever.
Bastards.
That's the alpha material.
Whatever, man. That's lazy material right there.
Shit, what were we talking about?
I don't remember, man. I lost track.
Damn it, I had something.
Comedy store shit, and
the comedy store.
That.
Well, okay, so the mushy moment of when Mitzi told you.
Oh yeah.
And I don't mean to diminish it.
No,
I think
ahead.
it's amazing. That reminded me.
Like I haven't
because it was like a pinnacle moment of when like the self doubt was overcome in your mind, and it was like a concrete validation of that.
Yeah,
I remember on that documentary, Joe Rogan talked about that same moment for him when he got passed by Mitzi, and he said, you know, I think he had probably had some other success at that time. I think he was on maybe some shows in Hollywood and had been doing stand up and probably was plugging along. But when Mitzi passed him, he said, like, I'm a comedian. Yeah. Like, for real.
Yeah, it was like that.
And he cried. And he like, on that document, and there was just pure joy it was really beautiful how they played it out. And some other comedians shared their stories. And I think that's such a real thing, man. I self-doubt, dude.
It happens to us all, man.
I have it all the time.
I still deal with it every once in a while. Not that, am I funny? I don't deal with that kind of self-doubt. I'm just like, do I want to keep doing this? Is this for me? I know for a fact I can do this, but I still think about, like, do I really want to keep doing this? Is this for me? Because I walked away from it.
What is your answer to that question? Is it always unequivocally yes?
Not always, no.
Really?
Honestly, because I deal with, I try to deal my best to not live in denial and illusion. We all live in our own illusions. That's just part of it. We're never going to see absolute 100% actual factual reality, but I try to live by that. And I have to realize, okay, well, I'm 45 now. What am I really looking at down the road? Because I'd love to retire. Bottom line, I want to retire on my own dime. I don't want to retire on somebody else's. I don't want to work for anybody else. I want to work for myself. But showbiz can be difficult since I'm starting completely over, and I'm not taking the other path that I did before, going straight to LA or New York or some shit like that. So I have to start out from a completely new foundation, doing it the old way, starting out doing like getting paid $10 for driving fucking 2 hours out to some bumfuck Egypt little bar and doing like, a 10, 15 minute set or a half hour set for a measly $10. Like, and you have to slowly build up to the point where to be an actual full-time, like a real full-time professional comedian, you're looking at probably 5 to 10 years of work of doing this kind of piddly bullshit shows and whatnot. Right. That's the old way of doing things. And back in the day, because of certain circumstances, I took off to LA. But I still was working a day job, Right. Still working it, but the opportunities that were afforded to me because I was a paid regular at the Comedy Store were amazing. Like I got my very first I think I did a couple of little bullshit auditions here and there, but I had one major audition back in the day. I didn't get the part. I was way too young and baby-faced at the time. I auditioned for Scary Movie 2.
Dude.
Can you take a guess of which part I auditioned for?
I don't have that movie memorized like I do others. Okay, well, what part would you?
Do you remember it was
Damon Wayans? No,
it was David Cross's role, the guy in the wheelchair.
Does he have the hand? Dude,
I auditioned for that. Now check this out.
David Cross was hilarious.
Oh, he's absolutely. When I saw it, I was like,
beat him out
because I saw it and I was like, yeah, well, he's way established, but there's no way I could have got that shit.
Did he have a hook? Or just a little? I think he had a tiny deformed
some shit like that. But they sent me there. And when I saw it, I was like, of course, you got to have him. You can't have, I was way too young for it. But when I got out there, I was in front of the. They sent me out there. And I was in the office in this room with the casting director, right? And she's like, "All right, so go ahead and state slate." And I was like, "What
name?" Right?
And I was like, I didn't know what the fuck she was talking about. I was like, "What?" She goes, "State slate," and I was like, well, "What's that?" And she goes, "Well, what agency are you from?" And I was like, "What agency? I'm not from an agency." And she goes, well, who sent you here? I was like, oh, well, the Comedy Store. She goes, what? And I said, well, I'm Dan. I'm one of the paid regulars at the Comedy Store. And she goes, oh, okay.
You're a comedian. You have no idea about that.
No, but here's the thing. Like, it wasn't just that. Like, seriously, I was not a member of SAG.
Right.
I'm sure, like, if I had gotten the role, I'm sure they would have taken it. They'll basically, my understanding of how the system worked back then, like, if you had an in, they'll basically send you to go get little bit parts, little speaking bit parts here and there as like a waiter. Hey, can I take your order? You get like 3 of those, and they'll get you your SAG card, whatnot. But like because I was a paid regular at the Comedy Store, dude, they called me up one day, say, hey, go here. Mm-hmm. So I did, and I was like, you're gonna audition for some shit. Go here. Like, oh, okay. So I went, and so she's like, what? I said, oh. She goes, okay, just say that. So I was like, hi, I'm Dan Danner. I'm here from one of the paid regulars at the Comedy Store. I was told to come here. All right, and here's the scene. And I did the scene where the girl's trying to seduce the guy with the gimp hand in the wheelchair, and he's like, get off me, I could do that myself, and he sucks his own dick. That's the scene I auditioned with.
How'd it go?
Oh, she loved it. She laughed her fucking ass off, but unfortunately, I was way too young. I was way too young and baby-faced. There's no way you'd believe I was that character. He was perfect for it.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah, and the way the description she gave me for it was completely wrong when I saw the movie. She gave me like, this guy's kind of he's like a cripple, but he's like a James Bond type. And I was like, what? And then I saw it and I was like, that is nothing like what I did. These opportunities and whatnot that you can get at these bigger places like LA or New York and stuff like that. So nowadays I'm doing it a different way. Mm-hmm. So when I think about, the doubt that I have, like, am I going to keep doing this or not? What kind of future is it really in this? Like, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Because at some point I got to realize, okay, can I retire on this? I would love to. I would love to just even small time. Like, dude, check this out. When Bert Kreischer came through town at the Township Auditorium, mm-hmm. I looked up how much are tickets. I'd love to see Bert Kreischer live. The fucking nosebleed tickets were $80. And I'm like, fuck no, I'm not paying $80 for nosebleed seats. That's bullshit. But right. I did the math on all the other seats. I'm like, this guy's pulling like close to like 20 or 30 grand for one night. A show. And I'm like, yeah, fuck all that movie star bullshit whatnot. If you can get to that level, that's awesome.
Yeah, one can lead to the other though, or vice versa.
Yeah, but it's all just constant building up, and you got to sell tickets and build up, but with the help with the internet and whatnot. But for me, it's just the doubt of, do I want to keep doing this, or how am I going to do this, and just kind of like, I don't know. It's just going to take time.
Right.
Honestly.
Sure. So the business side of it is what fatigues you. Like, how long would it take?
Exactly. The business side is what fatigues me.
What steps does it really look like versus the amount of time you have left to do it at an optimal level?
Yeah, exactly.
Not that there's a huge limit on that. I mean, comedy,
dude, I've seen dudes like comedy. Way older than me, and they're like still fucking kicking ass. So to me, it's just like, well, that's the great thing about comedy. Like Ron White when he started and whatnot. But even his story will tell you, like, he's like 10 years ago, I was sleeping in a fucking little trailer hitch in the back of my friend's yard. Now, like, I'm running fucking Vegas shit, whatnot.
Right.
My only doubt comes from the business side of it.
But you still have joy every time you do it.
Oh, absolutely, man. I felt when I walked away from it, it was because the joy was gone. But then
why? Why do you think that happened? Was that so I just want to make sure I understand. Was this the break you had, like, after you left LA? That was when the pause happened of going away from stand-up? Or did you come back and do it for a while?
Yeah, I came back, and then I did it again for a while. Did a couple of the franchise clubs at the Comedy House Theater. Had a franchise back then. It wasn't just this one little...
Like Comedy Zone has a franchise similar to that?
Yeah, because they had one in Macon, Georgia. They had one in Savannah, here in Columbia. I think one in Greenville back in the days. They had a big part of the Southeastern Circuit. The franchise clubs are like, that's where you can get some good, decent money, right?
So you had some street cred from your LA credits.
Exactly. So I got booked there. I sent it to their office. They booked me. Like I did a 2-week gig down in Macon, Georgia. I was the opener. And... Faye Woodruff, the grandma from hell, she was so awesome. She loved my ridiculous bullshit. She loved the fact that I was like, you crazy as fuck. Yeah. She loved it, man. And but anyway, I worked with her for like 2 weeks, gigs like that. But eventually I realized it just became mechanical. Mm-hmm. It's like, this is what I'm doing. And
were you doing a polished act that you had done a billion times? Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what can take the life out of it, I feel like.
Yeah, that's why I try to like ride I'll come up with a 5 or 10 minute set or some shit, and it's a material. It works every time, so I'll keep doing it, and I'll keep doing it until it starts to fucking bomb. Mm-hmm. And then I'll be like, what the fuck am I doing? I got to do something different, because then I'll get... But it's natural for comedians to want to do... I want to get this reaction, but then you're doing the same shit over and over and over. Yeah. And it takes the joy out of it, and it's not fun anymore. Then it becomes a job, and it's it's like, I don't love this anymore. The whole, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. But what happens if you're doing what you love, but you fall out of love with it? And it's like, I don't want to do this anymore. Right.
Well, that's the cool thing about stand-up. You can always tap into that new fountain of new shit. Yeah. If you dare.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like you gotta let go of, because like.
Oh yeah,
you could become trapped by your own act. I think Louis said that. Oh
yeah, very much so. And I basically I stopped taking risks. I play this is
because your act made you.
Yeah.
So it's like, shit, if I give this up, I'll lose who I am. But you got to say fuck it.
Well, yeah, this is exactly my act. This is my act. I'm basically acting.
But your act isn't you. You shine through the act, but it's not you.
Kind of, sort of. I don't know. It's just like, for me, an act is like, that's what killed it for me. Killed my love for it. Having an act. This is because you're putting on an act. This isn't me.
Right.
This is an act. This is it's not me. Well, nowadays I realize, like, no, I put on a show, and my show will constantly try to be fluid and change with everything, Tao of Jeet Kune Do. It's like, always stay fluid, never rigid.
Right.
You know, absorb everything, keep what's useful to yourself, and then discard the rest. But always stay fluid. Always stay able to adapt and react to things.
So it was when you were in that circuit of the franchises in the Southeast that kind of love started to wear off.
Oh yeah, because I didn't take risks, and it became mechanical, and this is just what I'm doing and what I'm doing, and then it's just like I don't.
Yeah.
And like I talk about now, if I get a good shit going, I'll keep doing it until it starts bombing. Then I started bombing with my stuff, and I just didn't want to. I'm not into this anymore, and then just said, "Fuck it, I'll go get a regular job."
Yeah,
I'll get a regular job. I'll try something else.
That's why I love the open mic scene.
Yeah,
like I'm in love with this level. Not that I wouldn't love more, but because there is low risk stakes at trying new things.
Yeah. Well, that's the point. Like I see a lot of comedians that will say shit like, "Oh, it's an open mic. This is when you try shit out." There's different philosophies to it.
I mean, I also want to have respect for the stage. Don't get me wrong. I don't just want to shit on everybody and not have stuff that's worked out. Like I want to work hard before I even touch the mic, but also just the excitement of trying something new.
Yeah, I'm always trying to find that the Goldilocks area. You know, not too hot, not too cold, just right. I'm always gonna try out new shit, dude. I've tried out new shit in competition. I did a comedy competition in the Netherlands.
In the Netherlands?
Oh yeah.
Do they like?
Oh, dude, yeah, that's what everybody...
Would our brands of comedy work over there? Well,
dude,
ours
you wouldn't
different,
believe how fucking much my Dutch friends in the Dutch town that I lived in, it's a Dutch town, okay? It's not like Amsterdam. Lelystad was a Dutch town. They accepted me, gave me my street cred because I'm half Dutch by blood, and I had my citizenship and whatnot. But they would say, especially my girlfriend at the time, "Oh, they don't like Dutch humor is different than yours, Dan." I'm like,
they speak English over there?
Oh, dude, like 95% of the country speaks English because they watch and listen to American movies, television, and music all the time. So of course,
I want to do comedy in the Netherlands now.
Oh, dude,
that sounds so fun.
You'd go over so great. Are you kidding me?
I'd be nervous to be like, "Hey guys."
Oh, they know. It's like, "Oh, hello." It's so great. Like I would do because the reason this all turns into like comedy saved my life, man. I'm telling you. Because when I went over to the Netherlands, I was just trying. I was so tired of the U.S. and whatnot. And
take me back when this happened. So this was
around 2013. I went to the Netherlands.
Okay, so you went back after because you'd spent time in Germany with your father.
Yeah, with father because he was in the military. Then we came 1986, I think 86, 87. We came to the U.S. Which we actually came to Columbia, South Carolina. No, first not 1887. No, this is earlier. 83, 84, I think.
Okay.
We went to Monterey, California, because Dad was in the Army. Then after that, we moved to Columbia, South Carolina. But anyway.
Okay, so when you went to the Netherlands again, 2013, how old were you?
2013, I was 36 or 7, something like that. Something like that, because I went like right before my birthday, and then I still have the photos of it. I went to Amsterdam the first time as an adult. I got photos of it. And I walked around so much, I broke my shoes. No bullshit. Like they were just done. The seams and everything, the glue and the sewing on it came loose. I walked around from Amsterdam Central Station all the way around to fucking Vondel Park and shit to the Rembrandt Museum. I walked every red light district, woo, all that good shit.
Red light district.
Fuck yeah! Oh, I spent some time there.
Right.
Yeah, I did.
Right.
And did all that. But anyway, like years later, I was just trying to develop, start over, start a new life, just get back with my roots and everything like that. Had a great time. Met fantastic people that are family to me to this day. And let's see, but there's like the weather sucks. Even Dutch people all the Dutch people I know, they'll tell you they don't want to be there because the weather sucks, dude. It's most of the time. It's just like London weather. They're real close. So
overcast.
Is it
like Midwest weather?
I don't know. I've never been to the Midwest.
So Michigan. I'm trying to think on a map, like if it's the same longitude level.
No, it's even further north.
Latitude
it's way further north. But yeah, it's overcast. It's gray.
It's farther north than the Midwest.
Yeah. It's farther
like
north
Maine?
than Maine. It's farther north than Maine.
Canada.
Yeah.
So it's
Up
rainy.
there, but it's rainy. It's cold,
cloudy.
gray, and rainy most of the time. Now the sun does come out once in a while, and everybody's like, "Oh shit, great!"
That explains a lot about my people.
Yeah, it really does, dude. But
Holland, Michigan is like that because it's on the coast of Lake Michigan, so clouds accumulate. Snow dumps on you. It's cloudy.
But at least
cloudy.
like over there, it's like in the winter times, it'll sometimes get snow, but mostly it's like it'll be frozen sleet because it's like a moist cold over there. It's never like a dry cold.
Okay.
It's just like, ugh. But anyway, so there's like not enough sunlight. The weather sucks, and job opportunities were not that good. Mostly it was like assembly line jobs and shit. It kind of sucked.
Interesting. How big is the Netherlands if you compare it to a state here?
It's not that big, dude. Because I mean, it's
Is it
basically
like
it's like
smaller
the
than
size
this?
of a state. It's like the size. Because I mean,
Like Indiana?
maybe Illinois.
See, I've never been to Europe, and I don't mean to ask stupid questions, but I think it's helpful to visualize that. Like the entire continent of Europe is like each country is almost like a state.
Basically, each country is like a state. Pretty much think of it that way, because you can drive across the Netherlands like you would drive across a state. Mm-hmm. Like it's not. Yeah, it's not that big, dude. For real. Like just depending on which direction you go, you can get across the border into a new country within like a 3-hour drive.
Yeah.
Or 90 minutes, depending on the direction you go. Like for real. And that's the cool thing about Europe, though. Like everybody speaks minimum 2 languages. Most of them people speak 3 or 4.
Yeah,
it's
pretty
cool.
Smart over there.
Yeah, but anyway, when I was over there with these kind of crappy jobs, things became kind of miserable for me, and then I just I started doing stand up again for the first time in like 10 years or some shit, or like a couple years. I'd always just keep doing stand up after I walked away from it, just for the fuck of it. Every once in a while, like once every 3 years, some shit like that, just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
Because
what were the mics like over there?
They were fun. That's for damn sure. The best ones, I think, were I was a part of a couple of shows that were actually established as comedy shows. I did a couple open mics that were just in bars. And the bars always had people, because this is like in Amsterdam or in Leiden. The bars always had people. They're regulars. There are plenty of people. But we had like a corner booth and like a mic set up to the stereo system and whatnot. And so part of the reason I'm so fucking loud and like grab the crowd's attention now is because of all the training I got at fucking Dutch bars. I value that training in the Dutch bars just as much as I do in
So they weren't going to give you attention until you earned it, kind of?
No, they were just not. They were just not paying attention. I made them pay attention, not by yelling, but because I'll yell and shit sometimes, but just doing shit the way that I do it. Like when I that one song that I have is just, I haven't put it to guitar yet, but you ever seen me do "I Poop My Pants"? Then when I go full on, you ever seen me sing that one?
Maybe.
But when I go off,
they blur together a little bit for me.
I poop my pants just for the joy. I poop my pants because I'm a big fucking boy. But I'm belting this shit out.
Right.
People in these bars who just kind of hunched over at the bar and just talk. Suddenly they're like, "What the fuck is that?"
Right.
So yeah, you go ahead and not pay attention. I'm not. You need to pay attention to me. No, I'm just gonna belt some crazy shit out.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking going for it. 100% committed. You've got to commit. So I just committed to this shit, and they're like, "Jesus Christ, this guy! Look at this shit."
Yeah.
And then so I would do that, and of course it stands out.
Yeah.
Because guys would just, they get up and do their thing. They're just like, "Hey, everybody," and just trying to get people's attention, or trying to talk to one guy who's just kind of turned around for a second. "Hey, yeah," and trying to tell somebody a joke.
Yeah.
But like you'll end up just telling jokes to the other comedians. I fucking hate that. I cannot stand telling jokes to other comedians. Other comedians are not a real audience. Stop doing that shit. If the only other person there is the bartender, then you tell jokes to the bartender. Seriously, I've done that at the Sandbar up there at the one show that Donovan runs.
Yeah, I've done that too. Talk to the bartender.
Yeah, dude, I went up there. There was like two regulars there and the bartender, and the rest were comedians. So the first time Donovan booked me, and I opened. So what did I do? Because it's separated into 2 rooms, right? And you can't really hear shit anyway. I literally walked right up to these 2 ladies sitting at the bar. I got this close. I'm like, "Hey, everybody," with my guitar and shit. Like, "Hey, how's it going? I'm Dan. Blah. Let me do a little song for you." Blah 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 blah. Did that shit, fucking kicked ass and bullshitted for like 10 minutes, and then another regular came in, a younger chick, and she's like, "Hey," when I was like, "Are you interrupting my show, young lady?" Just talking all this shit.
Right.
When I got done, they're like, "Oh, hey, yeah, that's great." They got up and moved to the other room where the show was at. Then we had a show going.
Yeah.
Shit like that. These Dutch bars, these Dutch open mics, that's what trained me for that.
Sure.
Like seriously, it trained.
And that was well after your initial Comedy Store days, so you had. I'm sure you had a lot of energy and confidence before that.
That was
to get where you were at, but it ratcheted up after the Netherlands experience.
Oh, dude, definitely, because oh God, yes, definitely, because that you had to, take risks, stand up, get noticed. Yeah. If you don't stand up and do something, take a risk to get noticed, nobody's gonna pay attention. Nobody's gonna care.
Right.
Do you want to do open mics in a fucking coffee shop for the rest of your fucking life? Like for real, or you want to do something to get noticed?
Yeah.
People knew, like I'm just trying to get people's attention to put on a nice show for them, and despite myself, people started knowing who the fuck I was.
Right.
Like, I started walking into places and people were like, "Hey, You're the American.
You're the crazy poopers butt guy.
It's pretty much. You're Danny Dan. You're Danny Dan. Like, no, Dan. Oh, yeah, that's fucking stupid. Like, yeah, I know.
Dan Tanner.
What's your real name? That is my real name.
Yeah, you're like, I think I said that about you one time. You're like Dan, but more Dan.
Yeah.
Like, you're not just Dan, you're Danner.
Yeah.
But dude, you said comedy saved your life, though.
No,
so what do you mean by that?
Well, because when I started doing it again, just for the fun of it, I did it like maybe once or twice a year when I was in the Netherlands. But it was the only, at the time, it really was the only thing that was bringing me any kind of joy and happiness. And then slowly but surely, I kept doing it more and more. And then finally, I was like, I kind of like found myself again and realized I want to do this again. I want to be a comedian again. This is what I want.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, okay, it's time to get serious. So what I did was I asked a couple of the professional, like I met a couple like professional comedians, Dutch comedians, right? And so I asked them, I was testing them. They didn't know me from a hole in the fucking ground. They just know I'm the crazy American who'll sing pooping in his pants, right?
Right.
So I asked them, I say, hey, you're a professional comedian, right? You full time. It's like, so how did you do that exactly? Like, who do I need to talk to? Or just kind of asking simple, small questions to see what they would say. I already knew how the game works, but in the States, so I was like, then he goes, oh, you just need to keep doing it, man. And I was like, okay, this confirmed for me what I was already thinking. Over there in Europe, the pond, especially in the Netherlands, the pond is too small and there's too many fish in it. And I knew if I'm going to rebuild a comedy career, I have to go back to the States because there's more opportunities here, and it's just to do comedy and to really get it started. Yeah. And the reason, like, he didn't want to give me advice, like, okay, well, here's what you do. Once you get to this level, you need to get yourself an agent or imaginer.
He wasn't giving you free, advice.
No, he wasn't just advice. I could tell the whole vibe of it was, well, I'm not going to tell you.
Because I'm afraid you're going to
take my spots. You're going to basically, you can take food off my table, which I can understand, Because like I say, the pond is small and there's a whole bunch of fish in it. It really is a competition. Yeah. So I realized, well, I can go back to the States where there's better weather, better job opportunities. Like, dude, I'm making so much more money now during the day than I was back then. Yeah. And I'm so much healthier and happier, honestly. I miss all my friends and whatnot, but
it's more spread out.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
I mean, I picture Europe. I picture everything smaller.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe more comedians.
Yeah, but also, like I said, you were asking earlier, but like the Dutch, dude, they love fucking the crazy comedy I was doing shit. They love American comedy. They watch this shit all the time on movies and TVs, like I said. You could go over there. Like, I plan on, one goal of mine, a very serious professional goal of mine, is to go back and do a professional show, get a paid professional show in Amsterdam. And not like, oh, I'm going to open a feature. No, I'm going to be a fucking headliner in Amsterdam. I'm going to fucking do it. I don't care if I'm like, oh, after that, that's the peak. That's it for me. That's fine. I'll do open mics for the rest of my life, but I'm going to headline a show in Amsterdam. Yeah. To me, that will be my second coming of the holy shit, I did it moment. The first one was at the Comedy Store when I was 23. The next one, I don't know when it's going to be, but it's going to be in Amsterdam. I'll do the fucking show. I'm gonna fucking rock the fucking house, and afterwards I'm just gonna sit there and probably cry and go, holy shit, I fucking did it. Yeah. Why? Because I knew that I could. Right. Because I didn't give up and I took the risks. Yeah.
Wow. So when you were in the Netherlands and
he's like, wow. So anyway, when you were in the Netherlands,
no.
How was the food? Food was great.
Food was good. No, I didn't want to just. So were you you were in a bad place? The only thing giving you joy was comedy. Were you drinking? Were you?
Oh, definitely drink. I wasn't eating enough. I was drinking too much. It was very depressing, but also like a lack of vitamin D from sunlight that'll
sneak up on you.
Yeah, it'll sneak up on you before you realize, and you realize you're like being very miserable. I went to the doctor once just to, like, I'm always feeling woozy and dizzy and just not in a good mood, and said, everything's fine. Let's get you a blood test. It came back like everything's good. It's just you have severe vitamin D deficiency. I was like, well, no shit, Sherlock.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was gonna. Because, I mean, I felt similarly. Like, when I told you about I had that mental breaking point of just don't give a fuck because the stress of the job. And I was doing it not for real reasons. I wasn't doing it because I brought me joy. I was doing it because other people thought sales reps are cool. Hence the picture on Facebook. Like, who gives a shit? And by the way, I regret.
$1 million baby. Oh, give me them dollars every day. David Bakker, bitch.
Bitch
I'm
is
David Bakker, bitch.
Bitch is right.
Baker candlestick maker, shove it up your ass, 'cause I said fucking $1 million, motherfucker. What's up? Who the fuck you talking to, scrub? Were you new here, rookie? Kiss the ring, bitch.
Fucking Jesse Pinkman for Breaking Bad. Yeah, where was I going with that? No, the name. You know the name of this podcast.
What time we at here?
I did this instead of killing myself.
Okay. Yeah.
I wasn't literally suicidal, but I was so miserable. Don't worry, Mom. Never was gonna do it seriously. She doesn't listen, I don't think.
Dude, it's your mom. She listened to every single one.
Really? You think so?
Dude, it's your mom. Are you kidding me? Does she like you?
Yeah, she loves me.
Oh, then she fucking watches every one of your
She's-
shits. Are you kidding me?
She's nervous about it. I don't know. Maybe my grandparents do too. Anyway, I'm just searching people. It's fine. But yeah, I got a breaking point where it was like, that's also based off of a Louis C.K. bit. He was giving this girl shit about a shop she had. And he said, you did this instead of killing yourself? Like the shop.
Oh, wow, yeah.
But I had insecurity about doing it. I had insecurity about doing stand-up. I had insecurity about any sort of creative expression. But I was like, I'd rather do it than not, because not doing it makes my life so miserable. It's almost not worth living. So that's where it came from. I did this instead of.
Oh yeah. A big thing for me is.
It sounds like you were at a similar place in that low point. To bring it back to you, like.
Oh yeah. Yes, let's bring it back to me, because this is
back to the guest.
This is where the money's at, baby.
Back to me.
Back to me now, where it matters. God damn, that's fucked up.
It's all about you, bro.
I know, right? No, similar thing. What the fuck? I almost just lost my train of thought there. But
were you kind of at a low point, and this was the only thing that brought you joy?
Yeah. I was just kind of a low point, and yeah, just being miserable and just realizing, okay, this is what it takes. You gotta, kind of do something for yourself. Damn, that's not what I was gonna say. I had a good one, then I lost it. Fuck. It's all that Chiba I was smoking back in the day. Fuck's memory.
That Amsterdam hash.
No, yeah. What's the thing about the Netherlands? Even though they've got some really good weed, there's still some idiot kids out there getting from street dealers because the stuff from the shop's not strong enough, man. I was like, not strong enough. Jesus Christ, you fucking cooking your brain for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
How high do you need to be?
Right.
Fucking Christ, man. No, I had a good point. Fuck, I forgot the point.
That's fine if you don't. Are you religious?
No, not.
Do you believe in God at all?
I believe in a higher power, yes, because atheism is just so fucking boring. But because I looked into, when I was younger, the history of religion and things like that, how they're created, how they evolve, how they change. I mean, yeah, no, do I believe in the God of... I don't believe in the God of Abraham any more than I believe in the fucking Zeus or Odin. The God of Abraham is the God of the holy trifecta, Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. It's the God of Abraham, the guy who was like...
Yeah, the idea of like monotheism, like one God, that idea...
No, totally.
It's common to Islam.
No, I mean...
Judaism and Christianity.
No, not monotheism. It's literally, the Abraham... Do you know the story of Abraham?
Of course. Yeah, I was raised evangelical. Of course, I know all this.
Yeah, so of course, that is... The same God is the one... It's like Catholicism and... who's the guys that Protestants, and they have the same thing with Buddhism. They just split off. It's the same exact Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. It's the same God. It's the God of Abraham.
Right.
It's the same God.
Okay.
They all worship the same fucking God. They might call it by a different name, but it's the God of Abraham. And it's like, what? This is, like Islam. They believe in Jesus, not as the Son of God or is God.
They believe that he existed
He was a
and they
prophet.
acknowledge his teachings.
And so do the Judaism as well, but they don't think, he was a prophet, but he wasn't God,
the Messiah.
Son of God. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I looked into how it was actually come about, and I was like, of course I wouldn't believe that nonsense. What, from some guy who heard a voice in the sky that said, oh, I'm your God. By the way, sacrifice your only son to me to prove your loyalty that you obey. And I always thought about this, like, that. What a terrible way to tell that story. And like an angel stopped him at the end and all this. And like, dude, it should have been a story about how, like, well, God, I need you to sacrifice your son to me. And Abraham says, no. No, I'm not. Well, how you defying your God? Yes. How dare you? You need to sacrifice. No, I'm sorry, God, my Lord. I will not sacrifice. That is my child. I will not. You can have me.
Exactly.
You cannot have my child, for I love my child so much. I will defy even you, my God. And then God says, good, Abraham, good. And then first the thunder rolls and the lightning strikes. I'll ask one more time. You dare to defy me? And he says, yes, my Lord. In order to save my child, kill me if you must, but you will not have my child. And then the clouds part, and God says, good, Abraham, good. Now you understand how my love is for you. Doesn't that story make so much more sense?
kind of does, although I've never had a child, so I don't know. Maybe
No, I'm
maybe
just-
giving up your child is a bigger sacrifice.
No, but I'm saying give up your child to your God. But I'm saying, as a parent's love to protect their child.
Although, yeah, giving yourself up for the child might
For
be
the child, 'cause
that might make more sense. I don't know.
No,
I'd
it
have to have a baby. I'd have to
well,
ask my little brother.
God, you're overanalyzing. You're missing the point. The story about basically the story that they present is obey God, obey, and you'll be rewarded. Instead of the story being about, hey, no, the
Love
story
and
is about
sacrifice.
my love for you because you're my child. We're all God's children. You're my child. Now you dare to defy even God in order to protect your child. Now you understand how I love you because you are my child.
Yeah.
That's okay. You just zoom.
No,
right
no,
over
I
that.
heard it. I
You're
heard
just
it. I heard every
blank-faced.
bit. No, it makes sense.
Oh man, just
No, dude,
terrible.
I processed that.
No, a stone faced.
No,
like
not
a serial
stone-faced.
killer.
I'm thinking.
I'm fucking with you, man.
Is it serial
Jesus.
killer? I wonder if I give off a serial killer stare.
Why did people give you that? Tell you that shit or something?
I don't know. Donovan does, but he does all the time. So.
Oh no, he's a total serial killer, man.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
kidding me? He
No, I
works
was
at the post office for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I know. I was
See, I'm old. Back in my day, we didn't shoot up schools; we shot up the post office. All right.
back in the good old days. No, that story does make a lot of sense. I was just thinking it through, like.
No, I'm more of a these days though. No, higher power, yes, but like I say, atheism is just boring. And the bottom line is, all religions are pretty much based off of like what happens after you die. Nobody knows. We can hope and pray or believe, but nobody fucking knows.
Yeah,
man.
the cynical side of me wonders about religion as a just a meaning structure to keep people. Chill?
Oh, it was definitely done to control the
So
masses for
that-
a while. Quite some time.
Because if you think about just being a human with the
Yeah.
awareness of death, that's a lot to handle.
Oh, yeah.
So you kind of need a meaning structure to guide your morals.
Yeah, if you're fucking
into-
stupid, yeah. Like we're bringing it back to the beginning of the podcast.
You just
Why
think
don't
stupid
like
people need dogmatic religion?
Yes, because they're too fucking stupid to think for themselves. To go, you know what? I don't know. I can believe some shit and hopefully, but all I know is I can just try to be a good person for now. It doesn't matter that I've been told, well, if you be good or you go to heaven or be bad, burn in hell or whatever, some shit like. But I do like the atheist outlook of, well, look, we know for a the only thing we know for a fact is that we have this.
Yeah.
And so let's try to make the best of this and treat each other well. So,
Yeah.
like, again, the Goldilocks, not too hot, not too cold, somewhere in the middle.
Sure. Yeah, that is one of my gripes with dogmatic versions of Christianity is that there's such an emphasis on the afterlife.
Oh, yeah.
That it's like, well, what
about now?
what can we do
Yeah,
here?
well, what about now? Well, don't pay attention to that.
Well, good deeds are great, and that's encouraged. Giving
it's good.
giving to the poor and
Oh,
all
yeah.
of that for it, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
But I got 18 waking hours in the day. 12. I got 12 more hours of the day if I spend a couple hours doing something nice. Like, what else do we do? We live in this amazing world where a lot of our needs are met. We have a lot of free
Oh,
time,
yeah.
and people have day jobs and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But there's a lot of free time that people have to be doing cool stuff. And I just don't see a lot
Dude,
of
I'm
encouragement
with you, man. Do the cool
from
stuff.
the church.
Fuck the poor. Do cool stuff. Like drugs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I don't even mean because I think obviously I quit drinking. Like alcoholism turns up very dark and empty eventually
Oh, yes, it does.
for a lot
Yes.
of people.
Been there.
But like there's other things you could do. And I don't know if you've listened or you ever read up on any philosophers like Friedrich Nietzsche.
No, just
He's the
here
one that
and
said
there.
God is dead. So he's a very dark philosopher.
Mm-hmm.
He basically was early 19th century when the scientific revolution happened,
Mm-hmm.
and all these old stories of religion were kind of falling apart based on, I don't have COVID, I tested myself. So when that all happened,
Yeah.
human beings in the West were under a crisis. We were getting like more innovation technologically. We had wars breaking out. We had all of this wealth accumulating rapidly in technology, but we didn't have the meaning structures to hold together everything. So people could become nihilistic. They could turn to a dictator like Hitler. They like all this crazy shit happened, and Nietzsche kind of predicted that among a few other existential philosophers. They were like, shit's going to hit the fan
Yeah.
because God is on shaky ground right now. People are starting to not believe the more miraculous elements of that. People are looking for meaning. They don't know what's going to happen. We're at a breaking point. And Nietzsche's like, that's a real problem. What's going to happen
Oh,
with
yeah.
humanity?
Well, I
and we
could-
still
yeah.
have that problem today. People get nihilistic. People get depressed.
Oh yeah. Well, I could sum it up for you even easier than that. I could just boil
Boil it down.
Let me
'cause
boil it down
I have
to
a
you.
tendency to philosophize.
Oh no, we're no worries. I used to be like that myself. Just kind of go out, and then I just just age and experience and just getting jaded. Just boils it down to stupid people will do stupid shit. Get January 6th. Let's storm the fucking Capitol because stupid people believe stupid shit.
Right. Modern day politics is a good example.
Oh, it's
like
it's
'cause
god-awful.
politics is a program of beliefs. You don't have to think for
Oh,
yourself.
God, my God.
They'll tell you the program ahead
Oh,
of
my
time.
God.
Whether you're Democrat or Republican.
Oh,
They'll-
yeah. Oh,
they'll
yeah.
tell you on the left. They'll tell you about cancel culture and oppression
Oh, my
that is
God.
vaguely tied to reality. And then on the right, they'll tell you.
Well, I love how on the right side they like to prey upon the what they call the rural areas. The right loves to prey upon the religiously devout because they know that they are easier to manipulate and program. Simply because those that are religiously devout are already accepting of that which they know to be bullshit. You are an adult. You are an adult. You actually spoon feed yourself this garbage, these fantasies on a weekly basis, and then so it's so
This
much
is a little
easier.
hard on the right here, by the way. I
Oh,
think.
totally. Well, we're going to get to the left. Don't you worry. We're
Well-
going to get to them too. But no, it's about the people themselves. I mean, it's unfortunate. They're being basically they're being taken advantage of because of their religious beliefs. Okay. Now their beliefs are their beliefs. I've met plenty of people and dealt with plenty of churches, gospel synagogues that actually care about their communities, and that's a good thing, and I support that.
Yeah.
The fantastical parts of it and the belief, faith, the system, it's not for me, honestly.
Well, I think most modern day evangelicals even compartmentalize their religious beliefs. On Sunday, it's one thing, but a lot of people have careers.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I see that in one way as hypocrisy. Because, dude, if you actually take what's said in the Bible at face value, like you should be Mother Teresa. You should be in a ditch in a third world country somewhere feeding people. But no, people don't do that. People live their lives. They have jobs. They do their shit. But like to me, there's a hypocrisy there that I have a hard time separating. So like if I'm not going to do that, I'd rather put some of the beliefs to the side a little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's
You know
just
what I'm saying?
it's a religious thing. So, that's such a complicated subject. But like I say,
It is complicated.
the people that actually care about other human beings, even a guy I used to work with, he's evangelical. He's far right conservative evangelical. But like when we talked about, we'd always have great conversations in the mornings about stuff because I'm not that way. I'm more kind of centrist or left leaning, if you will. But I would always just ask.
center-right.
I'd always ask questions because I'm open. We just had honest discussions, and he would tell me.
It's cool you're like that, by the
When we
way.
talked about, because dude, nobody's perfect. I'm not right 100% of the time. I mean, who even knows what correct even is anymore? I could be wrong. I want to hear a different point of view because what if I'm wrong? You have information that I might not have. To be stuck in this is the way, this is how it should be, this is what I was taught growing up, this is the way. Turns out it's not just one line, it's a complete branch, all different, infinite branches on the tree that go roads that lead to anything anywhere. You know what I mean? It's not
Right.
just this, it is this. Like my buddy who's, like I say, he is evangelical. We were talking about homosexuals and he says, well, I mean, I believe it's an abomination, but what right do I have to tell these people how to live? And I was like, well, I guess that's progress.
Yeah.
Kind of, but hey, it's something because normally I grew up around people that were, just like, oh, that's the devil, Satan, blah, blah, blah. Like, but of course,
That used to be universally the thing. Democrats and Republicans were anti-gay marriage in the
yeah.
90s,
Oh,
as
yeah,
recently
big
as the
time.
90s, which is not that long ago.
Dude, I was in the Netherlands when they finally, on a federal level, made it legal in the States. I was like, about fucking time. Jesus Christ! Like, who cares? Oh, if gays get married, then what? They're gonna break into your home and butt fuck each other on the coffee table in front of your children? No, it's not hurting any. But Jesus, and the whole hypocrisy of doesn't the Constitution supposed to separate church and state? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know what I mean? It's like it does, but it doesn't because why can't we? Because the truth is, well, it's religiously based, but we're not going to say it's religiously based because it's voters. It's all about voters.
Well, I don't want to be too harsh on the founding documents because I think they actually are pretty damn rock solid and have allowed the flourishing of America to an amazing superpower. And those underlying that's foundation.
Oh, true, I agree.
And
but
it isn't religious in nature. The religious element to me of the founding is that human beings are created and they're special in a certain way, and that they have rights, and those rights should be protected. If human beings were just animals, you could just fucking kill them all.
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Like
No,
the system is
I'm talking
based
about
around the individual.
the whole
because-
foundation of like Constitution, and whatnot. Like these things they built up. I thought, yeah, I agree with. I'm saying the modern day take on them.
Oh.
Like, there is supposed to be a separation of church and state.
Absolutely,
because
then
these
you
guys,
could apply your dogma
like,
through the political.
Yeah, exactly. But
do
they do
whatever.
it. They do it anyway. But nobody wants to recognize it. It's not being recognized that that's what's
Well,
happening.
they do it, but you also remember this is taking place within the system. So
Yeah, well,
people
the system
can
that
make
is
a lot of
broken.
noise, but the laws
Well-
change slowly, which is a good thing.
Well, yeah, but
you know what I'm
see-
saying? Like
yeah, I know
people
what you're
can
saying.
hold up signs that say God hates gays, or they can say pro anti-abortion or I'm
Yeah,
pro
but
gay.
for
That
example,
can play itself
well,
out.
Let me try to
But
simplify it for it. What I'm like, basically, like the whole gays couldn't get married in through the federal system in America, right, for quite a long time. It's not allowed. Like, well, why? Why was that? There was no legal precedent for it. The reason why it wasn't allowed to, even though these are human beings, they were basically being denied civil rights, is what they were being denied.
Right.
And I completely didn't agree with that. And it was based on religious belief. They wouldn't come out and say it, but it's because of the religious beliefs of the voters and the politicians in place who could make it legal for them to get married.
Yeah, politicians are at the mercy of what's popular.
Well, exactly, because
So-
they need the votes, and they need the votes to keep their jobs, and they need to keep their jobs to keep making the money. So for the politicians themselves, I mean,
Yeah.
the higher up you are in the echelon of leadership in government, the more you get to see behind the curtain, if you will, to see who the wizard at Oz really is. You see what's really going on. But for the most part, I just accept it for what it is and just try to travel down my own path. Keep my eyes open, keep my mind open, take in new information. If something's confusing me, if somebody's you're a non-binary, gender fluid, trans, alien, sexual, whatever the fuck kids are coming up with these days, right? And I have no idea what that is, so I will actually ask.
Sure.
Like, hey, what's going on? I'm not quite sure what that is. Instead of going on the internet and just, well, my opinion must be this or that, whatever, like actually talk to somebody that you're confused about and just find out, Because it's all.
Well, I feel like the left, if we talk about that,
sure.
can go down their own rabbit holes of identity that become rigid.
Oh, yes,
Like
definitely.
they want others to conform to how.
Oh, yeah. They seem to.
And to wield it and to wield power.
They
in
seem
that
to
manner.
do this thing about like this anti-conform. You must conform. You cannot
You must
anti-conformity.
conform
but
to my anti-conformist worldview,
Exactly, but yeah,
and we'll do it by force.
like the whole Antifa thing. We're anti-fascist by doing fascist
being
shit.
fascist.
It's like what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
I don't understand, and I don't know how. Like either side, I still don't get it. The whole how everybody missed the whole like it turned so political with the whole Black Lives Matter thing. I was like, I thought it was about how basically black lives are not less valuable than white lives, which I agree with.
Yeah.
Somehow I got turned into this whole crazy shit. So I've just had, as a white guy, I have to just sit back and just go, okay, I thought that's what it meant, and okay.
Yeah, I think
I'm
the
not
best.
touching
I
it.
think the best way is like, if this movement's shocking to you, we have blind spots to look at. Probably not get too involved or speak. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's so much crazy shit. I try not to get to political or religion because I think it's all to me. It's all bullshit. Try to be a good person.
Well, what I think is the danger of like going back to the philosophy is like the you could get caught up in whatever program it is.
Oh, yeah.
It could be Black Lives Matter. That could be a bad thing for some people if they get obsessed with it. You know what I mean? Or like religious right. You could get obsessed with that.
Oh
and
yeah,
then
definitely.
It's like you go too far into these things and then you lose sight of like
Next
who
thing
you
know,
are
You're fucking
as a
storming
free thinker.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're storming the
Storming
Capitol
the
or you're
goddamn
burning
Capitol.
down a Foot Locker.
a footlocker. You're like, yeah, like what?
Yeah.
Like
So-
how does this? Yeah, how does any of this help? But yeah.
But anyway, Friedrich Nietzsche's answer to this was art and culture, which I thought was really interesting. Basically, that he found that was a form of expression that
Yeah.
provided a lot of meaning and depth, and I like that a lot because artistic expression is like you're out beyond what you know,
yeah.
trying some shit,
Yes,
and
exactly.
getting something of value out.
Trying
Maybe
some shit out. Yeah, just
might fail.
Yeah, it might fail. I don't know. There's something about failure that I enjoy so much because it just makes,
It's funny, dude.
it's not just funny. It's
funny.
fun, and it's because I always enjoyed learning.
Yeah.
Learning shit that's just actually useful.
It's
Like,
fun
I
when
don't
you
like
understand
learning
it's
dumb
not going to
shit.
kill you. 'Cause
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
well,
It's not going to
I
kill
always
me.
do. I was a piece of shit, so
It's like this.
not surprising that just happened.
Like my
You
girlfriend.
asshole.
My girlfriend wants me to poop on her chest. It's not going to kill me. So fuck it, might as well.
Is that failure? That sounds like a success to me. That sounds.
That was definitely a failure. I had a chick once. She had seriously, she had rape fantasies, and I was like, that is not me. Not playing that game. No, not for me.
Yeah.
No. Well, how do we get there anyway? But yeah.
What is failure? Yeah.
What is failure?
Try out a rape fantasy.
Failure is not trying rape fantasies. Because if you want to be a winner, kids,
That's my biggest regret in life. I didn't try that rape fantasy that chick wanted me to do.
damn.
I think about that a lot. Just when I'm by myself.
Like we were talking about earlier.
Missed opportunities.
Like when it comes to like regrets and shit. Like don't. I have a big philosophy on life philosophy on. I don't want to live with regrets. Whatever mistakes I've made, I don't regret them. I just have to accept them. I have to accept that these mistakes that, I made a bad choice, I made the wrong choice. Then I have to accept that. Then I have to keep moving forward. I'm not going to hang on to that, okay? Because I think that's a really wrong way to live your life, just my opinion. My father passed away last year around Christmas time, a little bit before. I think
Sorry to hear
December,
that, dude.
Well, life, dude, it happens. But thanks. But anyway, the thing is, he died. I know for a fact he died with regrets in his heart. I know that.
What regrets did he have?
Not going to talk about that, but I just know that he did, and I don't want to be like that. And I think a lot of people could use hear somebody say that. Whatever bad decisions you go through in life and whatnot, I think a part of it can really help a lot of people with the kind of emotional and mental healing is just to get to a point where you can like forgive yourself for being an idiot and for making the wrong decision and be able to say, that was a bad decision, but you know what? I learned from it. That was a failure, but I learned.
Yeah.
But instead of, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Mm-hmm. You want to be that uncle that talks about, oh man, I was back in high school or college, I was the shit, man. Those are the good old days. The good old days. Yeah. Everybody has some good old days, but why aren't your days now good? Because you're stuck in the past. Yeah. Regretting what you didn't do. And what about your future, man? What about now? Why are you not enjoying things? Yeah. Go outside.
You're here.
You're here. You're still alive. So clean yourself up. You put on some reasonable clothes. Go outside. Socialize a bit. You might meet somebody nice. You might tiptoe through the tulips together or whatever. Yeah. You might have some disgustingly depraved sex. I mean, depraved shit. I'm talking fucked up shit, man. I'm talking hanging upside down from the ceiling like a fucking bat, and she's like swinging on the chandelier and shit.
Oh my!
I'm talking just shooting out, just fucked up shit. But you got to look forward to that kind of. You got to make it just clean yourself up, accept your failures, learn from them, and try to
keep stepping.
Keep on stepping. It's not always going to be easy, and a lot of thing that stops people from taking risks. This is our overall theme, risk and failure for this podcast. Yeah. But a lot of things that people need to know about because they don't want to take risks. They want to say, well, what if this happens? What if that? What if I fail? You are going to fail. Yeah. You are going to fail it's a principle of Buddhism. Life is suffering. You are going to fail. That's a part of it. But it's okay. Right. You're not always going to be the man of the hour every fucking hour. You're going to suck sometimes. So,
yeah. It's helpful to know what human beings are actually like. It took me a long time to learn this because I was so achievement oriented. I had this idea in my head that if I got enough good grades, if I did this or that, eventually I would arrive somewhere. I would arrive at a destination and it would be over and I could just sail off into the whatever. Yeah. That doesn't exist. If I had known that doesn't exist earlier, that would have been way helpful because I would be I'm never expecting to arrive. That's why I like comedy. I'm never expecting to make it because there's no making it. There's just an endless progression. The only anxiety I have now, and it's not even really anxiety, it's just kind of like a dull sadness, is that life ever has to end. Because if you could live forever, you could continually find out things about yourself and others. And I don't know, maybe you have a different perspective. Maybe you're cool with mortality. I think
no, seriously, I agree with a lot with that.
It's cool to be on this process of understanding.
The whole it's not about the end. It's about not the destination. It's the journey because it's
true.
The
climb.
I know, right? I mean, do you know what happens what happens after you make your dreams come true? I know what happens. I know exactly what happens.
Depressed as shit?
No, I know exactly because I've done it 3 times. I wanted to be a professional comedian at the Comedy Store. I made it happen. I built an entirely new career as a professional video editor animator. I made it happen. I wanted to change my life and move to Holland and start over again. I made it happen. I know exactly what happens when you make your dreams come true. What now?
Yeah.
Nobody tells you about that part.
Right.
Work hard. Yeah, like you say, here's the destination. You do those shit, good grades and all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, well, what now?
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you supposed to do now?
Yeah,
There's no end to it. Because we watch, television and movies. We get to see the credits roll happily ever after.
Right. Yeah.
But we get to the end of of our own movie, or what we think is supposed to be the end. Like, hey, great. Well,
Yeah.
where's the credits? Where's the music? No, you keep going.
That was actually the most depressed I've ever been, and I don't think I've told this story on the show yet, but it was after I achieved my first sales quota. So you saw the last thing.
$1 million.
Jesus Christ. I told you when I started as a spreadsheet monkey, analyst nerd, right? I got rejected so many times that this became a chip in my shoulder thing where like, I'm going to do this. If it kills me, I'm going to do it. And I finally got the opportunity in Atlanta, my first year in Atlanta, trying to sell as my own territory manager or whatever. And I was so far behind the last month of the year. I had to beg, borrow, and steal. I was like saying, like, look, you put in this extra order, I'll give you free product. Like going around to anybody, just nickel and diming it until I just barely got over. And then it was like a big to-do, and everybody was real happy for me, and we celebrated it in the sales meeting, and then it was like the second week of January, and I couldn't even get out of bed.
Jesus.
I was like, that was like the last 5 years of my life to get to that, and then I was like,
okay, what
now what?
Yeah, exactly.
Now what? You do it again?
So here's
you kidding
oh my
me?
God, yeah. So here's a question for you. So how long did it take you to get the taste of dick out your mouth?
I mean, it's still kind of.
No, right. It never washes out.
Yeah. No offense to my current employer. I love you
never-
guys for putting up with
It
me.
never washes out.
Yeah.
You
But that's
gotta
just
get
it's
used to it.
It's learning, It's like
never leaves.
what's next?
Could be eating pizza and shit. Talking about I still taste dick.
You still have Mitzi's
Just be
pussy in your
careful
mouth?
not to fucking.
Do you like that?
Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Fucking around.
Sorry, God.
Now let's wind this down because we're gonna have to go.
Dude, it's only 1:47. We gotta go.
Well, it's like a little bit after 7:30. I like to be there around 8 or so.
Oh, okay.
Takes about 15 minutes, but we can wrap this up. So, what's the overall gist? What did you learn from this past? Okay, tell you what.
You're gonna ask me a question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, so this past year, after all the sales and stuff, and as far as your comedy went, both because we're both basically working a day job and a night job.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so from the point, what have you learned? Try to sum it up the best you can. What have you learned so far from all of it, from the day job and the night job so far? Where are you at? Like, what have you learned from it, and where are you at, and where are you going moving forward?
This is something that I love. I know that for a fact. Kind of like your discovery in Amsterdam. I know that. I love it. I have a lot of growing to do when it comes to my own self-doubt and wrestling through that. I shy away from the business aspects of comedy to this day because it reminds me of how I used to think about things.
Yeah.
But I think what I want to do going forward, like, part of it is just taking risks and continue to stretch myself in whatever way seems that's right in front of me. Not thinking too far. But I want to actually take the steps to take it seriously as a professional.
Yeah.
And I want to be intentional about that and not feel like I have to be like, oh, I'm not really.
Right.
I want to be a comedian. I want to do that. It's taken me almost 2 years to say that out loud, but I do.
You want to know a secret?
What's the secret? Tell me.
You already are a comedian.
I love you, Dan.
That's why I like to help some of the guys out. Like, dude, you already are a comedian. It's just the business aspect. Some things haven't changed. Technology has changed, but some things haven't. Put together your package. Go get some headshots. You can get it from a friend. These days, you can get it with a fucking iPhone. Somebody take photos of you, put a filter.
Yeah.
Get your fucking hit, but a professional one that buddy who works camera will come out nicer. But anyway, get your headshots done. Write a bio for yourself. I'll show you one after we're done that I wrote that I submitted to the Comedy House Theater, and you'll be like, okay, yeah. You'll get the idea. A bio for yourself, headshots, basically like a press package, and then also places where you've performed, like, hey, I performed at the Comedy Zone in Greenville. That's actually a good thing to have on the comedy resume.
Right.
And then basically a reel, like a 5-minute set or a 10-minute set. But, we keep working on trying to get, a good set, basically. There's one of the reasons why I film pretty much everything.
Yeah, me too.
And then, but of course, because of course, the universe has a sense of humor. Of course, the times when I just I'm not film this. I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to do some shit.
Those are the best sets.
Those are the fucking times I kill. God damn it.
Right.
But basically, just put your package together. You're already there. Put your package together. You just need a good set. Mm-hmm. The most difficult thing you need is just a good set. Headshots, press back it with your bio, and then basically communicate where you perform, shit like that, and then a good set. That's all you need.
And then start
sending that
putting
shit
feelers out.
Start putting feelers out. Start sending that your reel and your package together. Mm-hmm. Start sending that out to franchises. Start sending that out to bookers. And take risks. And there's going to be some risk involved. As in, do you want to do some piddly ass little bar tours, or you want to get some money, get your name out there, some franchise clubs? Talk, because you're right there at the Comedy Zone, right? Mm-hmm. Talk to the national headline tour guys. Ask them. Say, I'm putting my package together. Can you give me some ideas of where I can send it to, where I'm not just doing little piddly bullshit shows, but what's worth my time?
Sure.
And just, I want to start it as the opener, but what's worth my time? Where can I send it? And if you have your package, make sure before you start asking these national headliner guys, make sure you have your package together, because they might like you and be like, oh, dude, no problem. I just met you, but I dig you and I saw your stuff or whatever. Yeah. Give me your package.
Yeah.
Give me your package, and they'll take it with you. So make sure it's ready. That's all you need.
And what form is it? Literally, your package is what?
Well,
is your cock.
This package. But what do you mean by what form?
You said they'll take it with you. Did you mean you had something physically with you, or just like?
Oh no! Usually, this is where the technology. These days the technology changes. So you could just digital.
Yeah.
Just tell them put your make sure you have a website.
Yeah.
Make sure
Do you have a website? DanDanner.com?
Of course I do. No, it's Dannerland. That's my brand.
That's right. That's right.
It's a play on the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Or Deutschland or Netherlands.
Yeah.
It's Dannerland.
I like that.
That's where it came from.
That's good.
But just make yourself a website. Put your biography. You can put your bio on there. I need to change mine around a little bit, but I'll show you in a minute. But I need to change mine around a little bit. But get your social media links on there, all the good shit. But you can have your biography there. Your stuff. Look up comedians when you see them on YouTube. People that aren't nationally known, but you watch their 5-minute set or something. You're like, oh, this dude's good, and they'll have a link to their shit. Look at their website. Be like, I need to get my shit together. I need to step up my web game. But you can say, hey, dude, I got my package. Who do I send it? So I can send your package. Say, great. Here's my card.
Yeah.
Packages, it's all on my website.
Right.
And just who do I send it to or whatever, they can do it like that. But just basically put your shit get your package together. That's all you need.
Okay.
I'm doing the same thing. I need to put my fucking package together. I'm doing some other things that I'm working on, but also I need to do the same exact thing. We're already at a professional level, dude. Mm-hmm. We're at a working professional level. I would say. And
by that, you mean we're paid for gigs?
No, paid gigs. I'm saying we could both at a feature level right now. We could get up and do 30 minutes and get paid to do it.
You think I could do 30?
Yeah. You have 30, don't you?
I do.
Or even if you didn't, you could bullshit. You could take 10 or 15 and stretch it to 30 and bullshit.
Well, I'm in a process of cycling back through.
I'm in the process.
I got excuses. No, but
I was gonna say I don't know how good any of it is.
Who gives a fuck? But the point is, to just put your package together. You're at a feature level now. A lot of the guys that we know, you could tell. A lot of the guys that we know, like Michael Garrick, he's definitely feature level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
T-Link and all these guys, they get all feature and shit. And so, but we keep working at it. Eventually we'll get to a headline. But even if we're at a feature level now, so what? What are we doing? Piddling around with open mics around the state? Well, you guys are going around the state. Me, I'm I ain't going on fucking 2-hour drive for 5 minutes. Fuck you.
I'm Dan Danner.
I'm Dan Danner, motherfucker. You come to me. But hopefully I'll get us to a certain point to where, plus my car is old as shit. It's not going to survive all these drives. I mean, honestly. So I'm hoping to get to a point, I get my shit together and get a good reel, put it all together, then send some shit out to paying gigs, either Greenville, especially Charleston and whatnot, and then get a good car, and then get real paid gigs,
right.
Not some piddly bullshit $10 for that. No, fuck that shit. I want some real money.
Right.
I don't expect $500 a gig or whatnot type of shit.
Yeah.
But you just have to keep working at it. But the first thing is we've got the talent, we've got the material, we can fill the time. You just got to put the package together and get out there. That's all it is, basically. So I encourage you to do that, and doubt is going to always be a part of it. I think you suffer from the same thing I do, which is maybe a little bit more of the stuff I had when I was younger, but also the business side of it. We're kind of hesitant about it, but we just need to get on that.
Yeah.
We need to get on that stuff and handle that, and then always, because things have changed, never be afraid, but you have access to it over there at the Comedy Zone. Ask these guys about business questions. Don't be afraid to.
Sure.
If they're an asshole to you, don't want to answer, all right, fine, be an asshole.
Like the comedians that come in and out of the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ask them, hey, can I ask you real quick? Do you mind if I ask you some business questions
Sure.
before you go? But once you got your package together, like, hey, I'm trying to get out there. I've got my package together, man. I got it online, everything ready to go. Do you know, where can I send this to? Don't ask them. Never ask them like, hey, can I give you my stuff? Hey, man, I got this. I got my demo CD. Never fucking do. You know.
Say, who can I send this to?
Yeah, just say, hey, where can I send this to? Who can I send my package to? My reels and stuff. Can you give me some tips on who to send it to?
Yeah.
Not just, hey, can you give it to somebody like that? Just say, can you give me some tips, ideas of where I can send to get some real work?
Right.
And
Sure.
just ask questions, man.
Sure.
They're more than likely to help you out.
It's really helpful. I'm glad you asked that question because this was all in the back of my mind. I hadn't remembered to bring it back up because you've been there, Dan Danner, with the wisdom.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, this has been great, dude.
Yes,
I know we
has.
gotta go. Thanks so much. I know taking a couple hours.
No problem. Thanks for coming into my home.
Yeah, dude.
Now I'll take them pants off.
Yeah.
Let's see what we're working with.
So at the end, I like to where can people find all your stuff? You mentioned your website.
You can find me just social media. Basically, my brand, Dannerland. You can find Dannerland.com, Dannerland on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. I put every set that I film, and I film almost 99% of my sets. I film them. I put them on YouTube. Kill, bomb, in between, doesn't fucking matter. Just Dannerland on YouTube. Find me. You'll see some. You'll see some. You want to taste Danner? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You know you want some of this shit, girl.
Yeah.
Some of the guys too, but the guys got to pay. This is gay for pay over here. This shit ain't free. That's fucked up.
Gay for pay. Yeah.
Don't Google that, kids.
Yeah.
You might find yourself a new career.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
I'll
man.
link all that shit on the episode too.
Yeah,
But
sure,
man. It's been a blast.
Cool.
Thanks
All right,
a lot, dude.
up top. Ah, look at you hesitate. That's how you do it.
All right. See you next time.
All right.
everybody.
Bye.